undeniable. Nothing you can do to stop me. Yeah. Somebody pray for me. Pray for me. Say a couple of Hail Marys for me. Pray for me. Pray for me. Ask Allah to protect and adore me. Pray for me. Pray for me. Buddha put some peace before me. Somebody pray for me. Pray for me. I'm on my knees giving Jesus the glory. I'm undeniable. 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 It says everything about me. I'm undeniable. 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 Undeniable.
What up, though? It's the Hood Smokers Podcast. Smash like on the way in. We celebrating Philly hip hop. Let's get it, y'all. Shout out to brotherkingx. No good reason. We starting off at 8 p.m., y'all. A few minutes.
Every time I watch the news, I bow my head in silence. It made me sick to my stomach to witness violence. I hit the prayer rug deep inside. I'm crying, Lord of the worlds, put an end to all this dying. Allah, please help me understand what's going on. Why these young brothers out here doing wrong? Acting savagely, firebombing women's homes. All of this cause she left your sorry tale alone. 19-year-old boy responsible for mass shootings. Action through Allah is the best solution. Plus these young boys going crazy shooting cops. I give my life to Allah, please make it stop.
What up, though? Domino. Detroit to Philly, y'all, we in the building.
Road rage, it ain't safe on the highways. 8 people shot for blocking a man's driveway. Forgive for something like that's blatant disregard. We don't need no more black bodies in the morgue. I wanna live long enough to experience peace. With the lies help, God's killing, gospel cease. We need to unify and get on one accord. Love each other is a commandment from thy Lord.
Make sure you smash like on the way in. We popping off in 10 minutes, y'all, with JP. Philly in the building, y'all. Stand up. Yo, Bini. Let's get it, y'all. We got exclusive music for y'all too and shit coming up. But we gonna wait till they get on here, you know what I'm saying? We gonna wait till they get on here. Here's some Detroit hip hop for y'all. This the Bizarre, Stretch Money, Marv Wine, Beretta, Detroit Cypher, y'all. Let's get it.
Love, everybody. Share the love.
What up, though?
What up, though?
What up, though?
What up, though? Welcome to the Hood Smoker Podcast, the hottest #1 podcast based out of Detroit, Michigan. And now, with your hosts, Jay Gutta, brotherkingx, blatoniotodd, and the rest of the Hood Smoker Squad. We don't do no Vlad stuff. We don't do no Adam stuff. We keep packing in the legends, respect them, and keep adding up. So pack a blunt or two, maybe grab a brew and a snack for you, and leave behind your attitude and get ready as we snap into the Hood Smoker Podcast.
What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? Welcome to the Hood Smokers Podcast. I'm Jay Gutta. We got Christopher Jordan up there. Y'all know who Christopher Jordan is. If you're part of the Hood Smoker Podcast.
Salute. Yeah.
Blatonio
What up, though?
in the building.
What up?
We got Philly in the house tonight,
what up,
y'all.
though?
Yeah, we got Philly in the
Arizona,
house.
what up, though?
Yeah, what up, though,
What up?
Domino? What up, though, Matthew McLaughlin? Shout out to JP and Bini. Yes, sir. We got JP and Bini gonna be tapping in a few minutes. We got some exclusive music I was gonna play first and shit by the homies that y'all ain't even heard this yet. You know what I'm saying? This coming out on the new album that's dropping, which we'll talk about that. But you know, he's fresh off an interview with our homie Shade 405, our people in New York, our Detroit family out there and shit. He's straight out Shade 405. He just did an interview over there, so that's dope. You know, Stretch was out there, Bizarre was out there doing interviews and shit. So shout out to Philly. Yeah. We had to get Philly back in here. Shout out to Cozy Mo Better out there in Philly. Who else was in Philly we had on here? Jay Horror. Shout out to Jay Horror, dog. It's been a while. But shout out to Jay Horror.
Yeah, been a minute.
Man, shout out Detroit Worldwide. Detroit Worldwide.
Yeah. Shout out to Sloan Boat too and shit, man. Check out that last episode with Sloan Boat. And shout out to Monte Cristo, Charlie Picasso, Nitso. Fire. And we got another Philly artist. Y'all see that flyer right there coming up. Lex Starwin, y'all. That's Saturday. Then we shooting the Staten Island with it. You know, I'll let Christopher Jordan tell you who we got coming up after Lex Starwin.
Yeah, we got that hot Festilla coming up right now. You know, Festilla coming up, you know, coming up in the barrel of Staten, you know.
Yeah.
Hot MCs. Yep. Yeah, he been waiting a long time. He got a movie coming out. Fest got a movie coming out and everything. So Festilla's gonna be making them trailblazers right now on the Hood Smokers podcast. Yeah, but I like to give respect, you know, straight from Detroit, you know. My brother Freedom, he live in Pontiac, Michigan.
Shout out to the Yak Town.
That's what's up.
Big time.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, shit, I got a couple. I told JP I play a couple of these tracks. These ain't released yet. They're gonna be on his album, which is about to drop, but it hasn't dropped. So this is like perfect timing. I think it actually might drop tomorrow and shit, if I'm not mistaken, the 22nd or something. But we'll
right here.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and jump into this first one and shit. I'm not sure what the name of it is because it only had numbers after it. But the second one I'm gonna play was called Never Enough. But we're gonna play the first one. It was just numbers. He didn't have it titled, so I didn't know what it was, like 728 or something like that. Unless that's Philly's area code, my bad, dog. But it was 3 numbers and shit behind it. So I mean, I forgot the numbers. I ain't write them down. But let's check out the track. Exclusive music on the Hood Smokers podcast. Smash like, y'all. Drop a comment.
I guess some of them Philly cheesesteaks, baby. Philly cheesesteaks.
Yeah, let us know where you from. Yeah, we know you got them good ass Philly cheesesteaks. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
And some dope ass musical history we'll talk about.
Yeah, I mean we got Gilly the Kid. Shout out Gilly the Kid too.
Yeah, shout out Gilly. Shout out Chester McFly. Shit, State Property was my shit. I was in the joint when State Property. I was feeling that shit when I was in the joint.
Beans? Ooh wee.
Beans.
Chester
Freeway.
What up,
shit. It was cold with it. Cold.
That was cold, man. They should have kept that going. I don't know what's up.
For real. Probably some inside shit we don't know about. You know how Rockefeller was rocking and shit. You know, they set Dipset. Once they got down, it was just too much. You know what I'm saying? Okay, JP's your uncle, Domino. We got JP's nephew in the building. Shout out to JP's nephew.
What up, bro, JP?
Yeah, y'all go ahead and let us know where you from and shit. We'll shout y'all out where we live too and shit. Like I said,
what
shout
up
out to Chester McFly.
Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll have
shout out to everybody in the comments.
Thanks for rocking with us.
Yeah, no doubt. Brother King X should be joining us any minute. Shout out Brother King X. I know I shot him a message. He was ready and shit.
Oh, Brother King X.
Yeah.
You know what I'm getting ready to say, Brother King X. We got to play that joint. Got to play that joint with Brother King X.
Well, I played No Good Reason at the starting soon and shit. But Brother King X actually just booked. That's going to be, I forgot the date, though. It's coming up. It's after Kid Vicious. After we got Kid Vicious coming up, if I didn't tell y'all already. But we got
Murder
Kid Vicious on the
SBC.
Yeah, Murder One. South Park
One.
Coalition. We got Murder One in the building. That's after the Kid Vicious.
Woo-wee. That being said, I can't forget about the homie Gangster Nip right there. So definitely,
shout out to
Gangster.
Shout out to Chester McFly in the building. Tap in if you want to, family. We're waiting on JP and Yo Bini. We're going to play these 2 exclusive tracks by JP right here, produced by Yo Bini. Let's get it, Philly. Come on. Detroit to Philly. Let's get it.
I keep getting these signs. clock, it's 9:22 exactly. Expect it's John J, what you going through, what's happening? Been writing songs a lot, bro, going through the drafting. It's better this than me out going doing bad things. Steady smoking vapes, blowing rings, imagining. Playing through the older tapes, going through the captioning. If you only knew before reopening the packaging, you make it through the war, you know we coasting through the battling. You make the Super Bowl in hopes that you can grab a ring. You make a stupid throw, wish you could take it back to thing. It ain't on who you know, but who has got your back. When times are rough, the ones you trust, the ones who you can get right back behind. I think I caught more than a bass, this time I snapped the line. I should've choked up on the bat, I think I cracked the pine. But bro, I made it back, in fact it's taking half the time. So bad I need my brother back to travel down this path of mine. I check the clock, it's 9:22, it's 9:22. Just tell me, John, now is it you? Just tell me, John, now is it you? Is it you? Is it you? I check the clock, it's 9:22, it's 9:22. Just tell me, John, now is it you? Just tell me, John, now is it you? Is it you? Is it you? I check the clock, it's 9:22 again, bro. My pen broke, so let me vocalize this memo in hopes to sober eyes and open eyes of Kenzo. With no denies, no surprise, the dope supply won't end though. Sick of hearing people die, sick of seeing friends go. You with me here to keep an eye to witness the event, so you need to keep the heat up off you, bro. Just keep your vent closed, cause we been through the trenches all cause we took off them trench coats. Enemies are back in bed, you bet I keep my friends close, cause all you need is bread, crack and egg, we eating French toast. To move the boat, the sails depending on the wind that blows, and those who boast how much they bench and get no end results. The harder that you squeeze the lemons when you get the pulp. What's hard is when the skis are rented, how you catch the slopes. It's when you get the leash presented with the extra ropes. The moment when you get to reinvent it, when you get the growth. I check the clock, it's 9:22, it's 9:22. Just tell me, John, now is it you? Just tell me, John, now is it you? Is it you? Is it you? I check the clock, it's 9:22, you kidding me? It's been 3 years, you're going to do this shit's just hitting me. Can no longer walk around in shoes that just ain't fitting me. My ego had me thinking I'ma live until infinity, but bro, it never seemed to give, had no humility. You told me God forgives and bro, the sins were slowly killing me. You taught me how to use the word and use it as artillery. You caught me now, I'm using words to fuse a verse with similes. To rule the universe, you need to have ability. We all assume the worst like we'd have had with Hillary. What we've been through, it hurts, but need to keep it moving, keep on doing to get through the worst and see how bad it really be. I wish we would've made a different turn in Philly. See, we live and learn and burn and keep on stinging like a killer bee. But still I feel the grief and still I have no real relief. I turn my will and now I feel alert, I learned agility. I check the clock, it's 9:22, it's 9:22. Just tell me, John, now is it you? Is it you? Is it you?
What up, guys? How's it going?
What up, though? All right, salute, salute, salute.
Welcome to the welcome on, man. Pleasure to have you
Welcome to
on.
the Smokers Podcast.
Thank you.
Come on, my
I'm honored.
We got Yo
we're honored.
Bini in the building. We got JP in the building. We was just playing the exclusive track and shit.
Good.
The other one was starting to play and shit. Hold up, let me pause it, cause I was gonna play those before we got going and shit. But what's good? What up, though? We got Yo Bini. We got JP in the motherfucking building. What's poppin'?
Peace, 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 peace.
Peace, peace. Welcome on, man. Yeah.
We see your people
I'm glad to be
in the chat
got the
already.
homie Christopher Jordan right here, my brother from another, and we got my other brother Jay Gutta, and we got brother King X. You know, see you. Yeah.
Nice to meet
Matthew
y'all.
McLaughlin said Beanie, yo. Domino said Joe.
Yeah, my
JP.
brothers.
You got your family in the building, y'all. Philly's in the building, y'all. Philly represent. Detroit to Philly, y'all. Much love.
I traveled to Philly many times. You know,
Yo, them
I'm originally
them lines looks good this year, man.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
dog.
man.
Things happened to 'em, man.
We should have beat San Francisco, dog. We should have beat them.
Yeah, you should have won that game. That was kind of crazy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It would have been a massive roar if the Lions would have made it. Definitely, they would have been roaring, everything, you know.
Yeah, they could have won that, man. They looked good this year, man.
It was smart. If it was rigged, though, I don't think it was rigged. Because if it was rigged, it would be smart to let Detroit win. Because that would have sold more tickets, you know. Everybody from Detroit would have went to that bitch. You got Slim Shady in the building. You had Dr. Dre and all them in there. But then you think about it. Look who's performing. Usher fuck with Diddy. Diddy don't fuck with Eminem and shit. You know what I'm saying? He don't fuck with Marshall and 50 and that whole clique. You know?
Yeah. But other than the Raiders, if you wasn't a Raiders fan and the Raiders lost, you going to the Lions. You know what I mean? Even you had all them Raiders fans going to the Lions. You know what I mean? Man, the Lions, it would have been off the chain because everybody went with the Lions, man. But
that would have been a good story. That would have been a good story, definitely.
We still rolling with the Lions because they made it that far. I'm still happy they made it that far.
Right.
See what happened to our Eagles over here, you know?
Yeah. Eagles, dog,
It was a good stretch, you know?
Hell yeah.
It's the chemistry, I think, you know?
At least y'all got some Super Bowls, you know what I'm saying? We ain't got no Super Bowls, period. At least y'all got some Super Bowls, though. That's what I told this one. We got a lot of homies in the Bay, you know what I'm saying? We fuck with a lot of dudes out in San Francisco. We had Black C from RBL on here. We fuck with a lot of people in the Bay.
I'm originally from San Fran, so you know, like, but I was going for the Lions the whole way. This one,
yeah, but
I
told them, don't y'all got enough Super Bowls, man? Can we get one?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Enough.
That's what I'm saying. I was going for the Lions all the way. I was going against my own team. Some people saying I was a traitor. I'm like, man, whatever. This is good for the Lions right here. We have enough rings, you know.
Now, be honest. Who'd you take to win? Who'd you think was going to win the Super Bowl?
Shit, I thought Kansas City was going to win, but I was pulling for San Francisco personally.
Yeah,
I thought San Fran was going to win because I thought Mahomes was going to fold under pressure like he usually does. I thought he was going to fold under pressure. It's like intentional grounding and all this stuff. You know what I mean? Like I thought Mahomes was going to fold.
I personally kind of seen this as Taylor Swift's game. So
the Kansas City Swifties won.
This was Taylor Swift's game more than anybody else. Yeah, like
straight.
Being from Philly, you know, it was nice to see Andy Reid get another ring. You know what I mean? He was here for a long time. Like he did.
Trying to turn
good coach.
Reid and what's his name into the quarterback in the new Tom Brady and Belichick.
Mac Jones.
Yeah.
That guy terrible, man.
I mean, that would have been dope though if they gave Taylor Swift a mic and it was like, you know, Eminem got up there instead of Kanye and he was just kind of like, I'm gonna let you
verses or something, you know what I'm saying?
But them Lions should have gotten the Super Bowl.
I seen them was there flipping everybody off at the game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, in the beginning. Yep.
And he
stole them tickets. He was selling those tickets.
That was going on? You said there was something that sparked that on. Like there was something also going on in the crowd. Like it wasn't just because they were there was some shit going on.
They got the draft this year in Detroit. They counting that shit down, dog. They got a big ass sign out counting the days down like it's some big. I didn't even know the draft was so serious till it came here because it ain't never been here. Now they got all these events and shit. I'm like, damn, what the fuck? They're counting the days now. We got 63 days to the draft, NFL draft. It'll be in Detroit, so I guess it's a big deal. Like whenever it comes in time, I never knew that and shit.
This year,
I think M has something going on right now. Like they try to mix up like something like him and Benzino, like M and Benzino or something like that. It's like
they got beef again right now, right? Like
out of the blue, it looked like
What's up with Benzino? He's looking like he's having a meltdown.
Benzino, we was gonna have him on here and shit. We was talking to him, but then
he needs a hug. He needs a hug.
Yeah, I had an old track back in a few years ago I did called Benzino Needs a Hug because I got into it with him and he said some shit on a Christmas picture of me and my daughter who's young talking about our nut on her face. So I was like, you pedophile chomo bitch. He started trolling me on Instagram. So I did I went to the studio and did a track called Benzino Needs a Hug and I just went in on him and shit. I was talking to him. I told him we could show hip hop like, look, we could squash the beef. You know what I'm saying? Come on the Real Smokers podcast. Show Detroit.
Didn't they
he wouldn't do it?
What was that?
Yeah, I said he wouldn't do it.
He'd do it. He wanted some money, some crazy money.
He wanted to get paid.
He definitely wasn't worth this shit. You know what I'm saying? He could think of $1 million.
He wanted to get paid.
And he wanted like that.
He's trying to clout chase because Eminem slipped him. It wasn't even a whole diss track. It was just like a few bars on him, and Benzino, I think, dropped 2 diss tracks already. He did Drink Champs, got all fucked up, started crying, broke down, hated Eminem through the whole thing, and then he loved him at the end.
Was that real where he was crying and shit?
Yeah, dog. I took some shrooms the other night when we went live, and I stayed up all night, and that's the night that shit dropped. And I was like, damn. So I'm like, I'm gonna watch this shit. So I watched the whole fucking thing.
Your true feelings come out
Nori
when you
wasn't even
turn
trying to
up.
hype the beef up. Nori was trying to cut it off and shit. You know what I'm saying? Nori wasn't trying to talk about Eminem. He's like, Nori, you like him, don't you? You like him. He's like saying this and that and that. Why y'all motherfuckers like him? Cause he's white. That's why y'all like him. Fuck that motherfucker. But then by the end, he was crying and he was like, man, I love Eminem. I love white people.
That's that truth. That's that truth. That truth coming
He's
out
like,
when you
I'm a
slaughtered.
real. He took his belt off, dog, talking about this belt cost me $25. Fake Gucci. Fuck Gucci. He was like, why we gotta wake up? Why we spending our money on Gucci? He was a dog. It was crazy. I felt bad for him a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That he was so fucked up like that. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah, then he drank like a whole bottle or something.
Hey, my brothers. Hey, what? When do y'all guys start doing hip hop, man? Let's get into that. You know
Okay.
I mean?
Okay.
What's
Yeah.
up? What made you guys start doing hip hop? I can tell you a story. I can tell you a story when I started doing hip hop. My older brother was doing hip hop before I was doing hip hop. First, you know, he got out of prison doing 15 years. He started lifting weights, and so I started lifting weights with him. You know, we started lifting weights. I started lifting weights, and then he would always tell me, if you could do 20 reps, I'll give you $20. I'm like, okay, cool. I do 20 reps. I was like only like 15. He gave me $20. So he got out and he started doing hip hop. So of course I'm following my older brother. I started doing hip hop when he started doing hip hop. But he got locked up before he got known. So yeah, so that's when I started doing hip hop.
Okay. Yeah. I started doing hip hop actually when I was like 13 years old. I started out like doing school projects and stuff like that. In high school, I would do like book reports and all that. I'd write raps and then do like music videos and stuff for my projects. So it was always like a hobby of mine, you know what I'm saying, throughout the years. Yep. Like I messed around, used to freestyle with my homies and stuff like that. You know, so it was always a thing that I had, you know what I'm saying? It was always a hobby.
Yeah.
But you know, I started recording probably when I was, you know, in my like late teens, early 20s. I'll be 42 this year, believe it or not, man. About to turn 42. So you figure I've been
never
doing.
Too late. Never too late. Hey,
yeah,
hey, Killer Mike. Tell you that. Never too late. Killer Mike. He just won three Grammys.
Yo, look at Benny the Butcher. Benny the Butcher right now. He's 40, ain't he?
Who's that?
Doing.
He like 54. He like 57. Killer Mike.
Killing it.
Yeah, Mike. Yeah.
All right. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Never too old to do it, man. Never too old, man.
No, definitely not. I would say for me, I started making music. I've been producing now for like 10 years. I really started with house music. My pops.
The bomb.
Yeah, I love house music, bro. It's literally. But you know, growing up, I was a fan of M. I was a fan of Get Rich. I was in the CD era, so you know, I was going to Coconut Videos, buying a CD, popping it open, playing it in my CD player for hours, and you know, so it's kind of it's embedded in me. I'm from Brooklyn. You know, majority of my life was in New York, and then I moved to PA too, so I have a little bit of a split right now. But I mean, I've always been passionate about music. My pops is in the industry. I don't know if you guys know Crooklyn Clan.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I haven't. Yeah, I'm not.
I don't know. You said you were house music. Do you remember this joint called "Dance for Love"?
Dance for Love. Is it a V? Is it like a melodic? Like
it was stomp music, house music, stomp music.
With that?
Was called "Dance for Love."
I don't know if I've ever heard of it. Is it nice?
Back in the day, it was a old school like house party joint. I say dance for love. Dance for love.
Yeah, I can.
That joint was dope. Joint was dope.
That's fire. No, you know, there's nothing like house music. But you know, don't get me wrong though. Like I said, like I love hip hop. That's definitely in my soul. I've always been like a really musical kid. You know, one of them weird introverted musical dudes. With a little bit of extrovert for some sprinkle, but you know, otherwise, you know, making music now, and you know, just doing my thing, and yeah, I love it. You know.
Yep, me too. Yep, like hip hop to me is like hip hop's like God. Like hip hop, like, and you can name any genre, but you got to come back to hip hop because you listen to the words and it's not going to sound good if it don't rhyme. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you got to have the rhyming part of all the songs to draw the people in. And there's a very unique people that don't rhyme that sound good, but they're very unique. But most of it comes back to the form of God or the hip hop, you know, like rhyme, man, making it sound good. It comes back to the whole.
Rhythmic American poetry is rhythmic American poetry.
Right.
Hell yeah.
And
Mr. B.
Music's went in a weird direction. You got a lot of weird hip hop these days. Like, you know, I'm one of them dudes. I'm making something, like I'm paying attention to the sonics of it. Like, is it distorted? You got these kids uploading. Like, I just heard this this new Drake and Yeet song that came out, and I'm listening to it, you know, on professional speakers, and it sounds like it was in like a microphone. And I'm like, how did Drake on this right now? Because I'm over here like trying to perfect my sound. You know what I mean? And just weird. Very, I don't know if it's good or bad or where it's at right now. Spectrum, you know, but.
Yeah, the song's good, but the production's off. Something in the production just doesn't sound right. You know, it's distorted.
Yeah, I'm sure it's probably being almost like rushed. You know, like rushed a little bit. They could take a little bit more time. It's almost like, okay, sounds good enough. Let's push it just because we want to, you know, let's get it out there. It's kind of like almost cookie cutter. You know, that's the sad part. You know, popping fresh.
JP, when I hit you up, you was already hit. Like my producer, we like a team. You know what I'm saying? You know, one comes with the other and shit, and that's dope because we always say that. Like we talked to had a lot of guests. Like we just had the Valentine's Day Massacre Detroit hip hop. We had a producer and an artist that were on, and it's like you got to have a dope producer. When you got the artist, you ain't gonna make it without a dope producer and a solid producer.
That's right. That's why I got Bini with me right now.
Yeah, I
100. Yeah.
Yo, he makes some killer beats, man, and every one just seems to get better every time. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, listen, like I went to him originally, right? Like we met through like a mutual friend, and you know, I was writing songs, and I'm using BandLab at the time. I'm trying to do it by myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm recording myself using wired headphones and shit. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, I need a producer. That's all I need is a producer, man. Find me a good producer. And I'm looking everywhere, man. I'm asking around, you know, trying to network. And I've run into this girl. I was actually doing a drug and alcohol class. I'm in recovery, by the way. I got like over 14 months clean now. But
congratulations.
It's been a long time coming, man. I struggled for a long time. But I'm in a drug and alcohol class, and I meet this girl, and she was like, you know, I know this producer who makes beats. He's pretty dope. You should check him out. And I go on his page, and I start listening to his shit, and I'm like, man, like this dude can make me sound nice. You know what I mean? Let me reach out to him. So I did, and you know, like it's been chemistry ever since. Like, you know, we put this album together, and we got a lot more coming. Like we got a lot of stuff in the vault. But this album that we're dropping basically is it's got a theme to it. You know, it's basically my story, what I've been through. You know what I'm saying? Like my identical twin brother passed away 3 years ago from an overdose. And I was always his favorite rapper, man, throughout all these years, you know, like he always like would try to push me to do it. And like I said, it was always a hobby for me. So, you know, I never really pursued it. But once he passed, man, like I got motivated, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do it, man. I'm gonna do it for him, and you know, I'm gonna make him proud. So
yeah,
I did, man. And yo, look, Beanie's turned my story into music. You know what I'm saying?
and making it a reality, yeah, you know, as well. I mean,
yeah, it's the album's dropping tomorrow.
Your bro's still there with you, bro. You know.
Yeah, my condolences, but yeah, I'm sure.
When my brother passed away, my brother-in-law passed away. I actually heard his voice talking to me when he passed away. So on another note, is like he was part TO, so he had Tio the Autumn in him, you know. So we had to dig his hole for the grave by hand and put him in it. You know what I mean? So we carried him. I was the bearer to like the old school way. Like we brought him to his house, and we had the wake and everything at his house. And in the funeral, we dug the hole by our hands and put him in the hole all on the same day. You know, so it's rough, man. You know, but he's still there with you. It's just that he has to deal with the spiritual side, and you still doing with the physical. You know what I mean? Like you don't know the spiritual side that's around you, so he's dealing and protecting you from the spiritual side while you're still dealing with the physical. But he's still there protecting you and giving you the blessings. You know?
Yeah, that's
100%.
what that song. That's what that song 922 is about. If you guys notice, there's a story behind the name of that album. My birthday is actually September 22nd, which is 922.
Oh man,
So after my brother passed away, right? I started seeing that number everywhere on license plates, on the clock. I'd pull my cell phone out. Just happens to be 922. You know, a receipt from the store. I get it. I look at the daily number on the lottery. Bam, 922. The shit
It's
was popping up
evidence.
everywhere, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it always seemed to
It's the
happen.
signs, yo.
It always at a time when something was going wrong, or like, you know what I mean? I needed some type of like answer from something. You know what I'm saying? I would get that. And I started thinking like, yeah, man, it's a sign, man. And you know, I still see it. I just saw it like 3 times already today. It's crazy. But it, like they call them angel numbers actually. And you know, there's like I feel like that's him, man. It's telling me every time he's there, like keep going, keep pushing, you know?
Salute, Chester McFly.
Chendan.
What up, though, Chester McFly?
Chendan. What's good,
Yeah.
yo?
So by the way, the album's dropping tomorrow at 9:22 p.m.
Yeah, I played the first track you sent me, and then I ain't get to play the second one. So those are exclusive, right? Until the album drops. I just heard that.
They're exclusive. Yep.
Hey, yo,
they were only played on Stage 45 before this.
Of course.
All right, man.
How'd you like that Shade 45? Shout out to Shade 45. How'd you like that?
Yeah, how was it?
It's a good experience, man. It's different, man. You know what I mean? I didn't expect all that, you know, and we got invited up there, and it was surreal, man. It was kind of cool. We met Sway, DJ Gray Rizzy. You know, it was a good time, man. It was a good experience. Got to share my story, you know what I mean, for a lot of people. You know, I just basically, man, like I'm trying to be a voice for those people, you know, in recovery and the people that are out there still struggling, and you know, people suffering from like mental health issues and stuff like that. Because I did for a long time, man. You know, I never understood how to get over that hump, you know, until I, you know, went through this whole experience that I did. I'll get more into that in a little bit, but you know,
No, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, like hip hop being the voice of the voiceless, you know. No matter what the struggle is, it is like the voice of the voice. You know, I'm quoting Professor Griff from Public Enemy, but I've always liked that when he said it's like it gives a voice for the voiceless. You know, you're getting to be that voice. They may not be able to rap, you know, they may not be able to rap and everything, but you're doing that. You're showing it in an art form that they can listen to, and they're relating. It's like I feel that they're not alone.
Right.
Appreciate you, man. You know, big shout out to Chester McFly up there.
Yes,
Yo,
sir.
What up, McFly?
What's happening?
Not the one from Back to the Future, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to Talib.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say,
shout
man,
out
he's
to
a good friend of
Talib
Talib
Kweli,
Kweli.
man.
He's good.
Yeah, he's posting something tonight.
Yeah, I heard they've been hanging out now and shit.
Yeah, something like that. And he's close. He's also close with his brother that we didn't know he had and stuff. You know, so yeah, his albino
There's
brother.
a question we ask our guests, dog. Can you name besides Just to Get By?
Oh,
Can you
we
name
go.
3 Talib Kweli songs? Be the hip hop head. Can you name 3 Talib Kweli songs? We ask our guests.
Not just to get by. Not just to get by.
Without Just to Get By.
I can.
Yeah, you got me on that one, man. Yeah, yeah. I know his voice when I
Nobody's been
hear
able
him.
to answer it. Yeah, we done had some legends on here. They can't answer it.
Yo, I gotta be honest. I feel like Talib Kweli, like he's super dope, but I don't know like if I like waiting for him to drop a record growing up. Like I wasn't, he didn't have my attention on that level. So I ain't gonna hold you. Maybe I should know that. I'm from Brooklyn, but I don't know it. I don't know it.
Well, if we had Brother King X out here with us, he break it down how what is it, Blatonio, that Talib isn't actually from Brooklyn. He's from Ohio, but he's reps Brooklyn because of most Def. Ain't that how it is?
Most dressed now. Yeah, because most dressed.
Yeah, he like Chauncey from 8th Mile.
8 Mile.
And zesty.
Oh man, Chauncey went to Charlesburg.
It's close. It's close.
He's out there performing that dress. You see, he did a spare performance in that dress, man.
It's close.
Most dress.
Oh yeah.
That's his new name, Most Dress.
Yeah, most dress.
But
we got JP and Yo Bini in the building, y'all. If you just tapping in, make sure you smash like, y'all. Philly in the building.
Peace.
So what was it like growing up though?
Loving, liking the comments, liking the comments, sharing around, people.
Like as a young JP, and then Yo Bini can answer the same question afterwards. Like growing up, hip hop. I mean, you grew up Brooklyn. You grew up what? Philly. I mean, like how was it a young JP growing up? Like what were you bumping? What was you doing? Like how was you out there on the streets and shit?
Yo, I mean, in my early days, it was kind of cool because I had an identical twin brother. You know what I'm saying? So I always had a friend.
Right.
You know what I mean? Always had a best friend to hang out with. We shared the same friends. We used to, do what most kids did when we were young. Builded forts and stuff like that. To have fights and shit like that in the neighborhood, blow up people's mailboxes, stuff like that. We got into a lot of mischief and stuff when we were younger. You know what I mean? Like we were a little crazy.
Word.
Right.
Like prank calls when you could get away with them, really? Yeah, like because they couldn't. Yeah.
But yeah, we would we always seem to gravitate towards the negativity for some reason, man. Like when I was younger, I would, I thought it was cool to do, that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought I would stand out doing that. And then, I didn't realize that until later on in my life. That's what got me where I was. But I mean, I started using drugs when I was about 15 years old. Started doing heroin when I was 16.
God damn.
And yeah, man. And I didn't stop till I was 40 years old, man.
And now who else better?
That's not an easy journey.
Who else better now? Who else better now to talk to the youth? Now you could talk to them. They can't tell you ain't never been through it, OG. Right. Yeah, you've been through it. So you can.
That's right. You've been there
now.
I've been on the streets of Kensington. I've been through it, man. I've done over 10 years incarcerated.
Talk to them, OG. Talk to the kids.
I couldn't tell you how many rehabs I've been through. I just couldn't get it, man. I couldn't get it. It's something that, and I understand it now. They always tell you, you're not done until you're ready. And it's like, how do you know when you're ready? You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you how many times I thought throughout the years, I'm done with this shit. I'd be sitting in jail, detoxing, dope sick, thinking I'm never touching that shit again. And then I get released from jail, and 2 days later, I'm getting high again. I'm like, what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? It was hard to break that cycle, man. For me, it took a lot. And it doesn't. My message for everybody is it doesn't have to take what I went through to be able to stop. You just got to want to stop, and you got to understand that you can't ever do it again. See, my problem was I thought I could just use one time, and I'd be okay.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
I've
saying?
been there.
I could pick up that bag one time, and I'll just do it on the weekends, or I'll do it every couple weeks, and I'll be cool. But it doesn't work like that, man. It's the
Nope.
devil, man. It really is. And yeah, dude, it was over and over again, relapse after relapse, jail sentence after jail sentence. And you know, it's not even that it was that I got sick of that. I got to a point, man, where I was all by myself. Everybody I surrounded myself with didn't care about me. And I tried to take my own life, man. I tried to take my own life. I cut my neck.
One thing I can say that it may not sound funny, but at least you wasn't out there sucking no dick for no drugs. You know,
Boy, I've never done that. I can say that. But I tell you what, it gets that bad, and I've seen it happen, man. I've seen it happen to a lot of people. You would say that they would never do
yeah.
shit,
Yeah.
and man,
I did a lot of that shit
that bad.
too.
You know,
Tragic.
I'd rather push the shopping cart out the grocery store than do something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yo, look,
Them
man,
things
like
will come out, you know what I'm saying? Them things will come out.
when I was laying in a hospital bed right after I tried to take my life, right? I'm laying in a hospital bed.
Man.
3 days later, I wake up, right? And I just did some soul searching. I sat back and I thought about all the people I surrounded myself with. I thought about all those years that I threw away and wasted. And I tried to take my brother passed away, and that still didn't stop me. Because when he did, I was like, I'm never doing it again. That's done. I'm done. My brother died. He killed my brother. I'm never touching it again. But I did, man. I picked up again. That's when I really gave up and I really went downhill. Like after my brother died, but I tried to take my own life in the end. I said my last words, man. I remember laying on the floor, right? I'm looking up at the police that are standing there above me. I'm bleeding out, right? I thought I was dying. And I said, can I please use your phone to call my mom? Can I please call my mom?
There
And
it
he
is.
says, no, I can't let you use the phone. He said, but my body cam's on. And he turned his body cam on. And I looked in that camera, man, and I said, I'm sorry to my mom. I said, I'm sorry to my dad. I didn't mean to do this to myself. Serious, man. I thought I was gone. And I remember I'm losing my breath. I couldn't breathe. Next thing you know, I wake up in the hospital 3 days later and I'm alive. And if that ain't the
Somebody
most
looking out for
humbling
you.
feeling in the world, I don't know what is, bro.
You're
Like
here
I
for a
just had
reason.
this,
You're here for a
I had
reason. You
this
got
Somebody
spiritual
looking out for
vision.
you.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm here for a reason. And so you know what, man? That's what my music's about. This album in particular. And you know, I'm trying to put a message out there because I know there's a lot of people going through the same exact thing that I went through, and it don't have to go that far, man. You know what I'm
I'm one of
saying?
them. That shit helps me. You know what I mean? That shit personally helped me.
Yeah, you know, he knows, man. I know John. I met how long ago was that? About 10 years ago, John.
Yeah. I
About 10
wasn't too
years
good then
ago.
either, though. You know what I mean?
No, we both weren't, man.
Oh yeah,
But look
by the
where
way,
you're at.
real quick,
And
Dime said
now you
what
can talk to
up.
the youth.
JP, Dime said what up from Domino. Domino said what up. I just
What
wanted
up,
What's
to
bro?
up?
let you know.
What up, though, Domino? Is that Domino from back in the
So,
day? The
Domino.
Domino
That's
joint from back?
JP's fan. Not Domino the rapper. You thinking
Yeah,
of
yeah, no.
Mcflly.
From family of yeah,
No, but go ahead, JP. I didn't mean to cut you off. They just
yeah.
Domino
With
keeps
my
jumping in the chat.
I'm gonna give it to Beanie.
Yeah, I think for me, up it was just real
No
simple.
respect. Love your story, bro. Love your story, bro.
Thank you.
100% felt because
Thanks for
You can
you
help a
sharing
had to
lot
that.
of
go through
people
it,
by
man.
putting that story out there. Yeah.
Don't mean to
Go
cut you
ahead,
off,
go
Domino.
ahead.
Sorry about that.
That whole
Yeah.
story's find that all on the album, literally in every song, just
Right.
spread out. You
And
know
I
what I
know
mean?
people will feel that. You know
But
what I'm saying? A lot of people will feel that.
yeah, that's the thing. I think it's gonna hit a different purpose. Like we're not aiming for a little Dirk fan base. We're not aiming for all different rappers. We're aiming for something unique, something that is gonna be very ridiculed, good and bad. But we're willing to accept that because we know we got something special. So you just got to fight it out sometimes in a certain direction. That's kind of what happened with this album. And it just makes perfect sense because tracks laid out perfect, you know. And when it comes to my childhood, I think just growing up, I just listened to a ton of different music. I mean, like I said, my pops was a DJ. I really had like a million different things on my iPod. And then Stevie Nicks. I was listening to Tracy Chapman, you know, turning on Linkin Park, you know, Fabulous, Jay-Z, Nas, just picking it all. And you know, just growing up pretty much with a different crowd of music. You know what I mean? There was really nothing that I stuck with in particular that I loved, but just more so I'm just a music I love music.
Right.
You know, smoke a nice jet, you know, make a nice couple beats, and there's nothing better than that. You know what I mean? I'm in my tranquility when I'm doing that. So shut my phone off and just vibe out.
Yeah, different genres, man. Them genres, man. People ask me all the time, "Hey, what you listen to?" I listen to everything, man. Everything.
You got to, especially being a producer and shit.
The sad thing about
Depends
it is
on what
that,
mood you're in. You know what I mean? There's music for every mood, bro. You know?
Yeah.
If you're making something, like let's say, you know, I'm working on a hip hop album with with Jay, you know, the last thing I want to do is hip hop. Like I'll turn on some like crazy different music that people listening to this, but it's soothing for me. You know what I mean? It's in my own world. Then when I come back to it, I'm like, word, like I need a little head nod. You know what I mean? Gets me inspired to make dope. And I mean that's how I think, you know. Everyone's different though, you know, so pretty much
exactly. Listen to them different genres, man. You know, people say, you know, what genre of music you like? I'm like, if the music is good, the music is good, no matter what it is. You know, like my wife was just talking about, what type of music is this? Bluegrass, bro. Bluegrass. That was sounding dope. It was sounding dope. It was bluegrass. Oh, it was nice. You know what I mean?
That's where rock and roll comes from, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Bluegrass. It had like jazz, bluegrass, rock and roll.
Oh,
yeah, man. It
I
was
grew up
nice.
listening to John Coltrane, Miles Davis, Dizzy. My grandpa loved jazz. Like his room was insane. He used to have like an L-shaped like closet thing where you could store CDs in, and this had rows and rows of. And I was always so fascinated by it. I'm like, how do you collect this much music? Like, but you know, when you love something, you love it, and it's all those little things.
True.
Passion. That's your passion right there.
Exactly.
Yep, true that.
Yeah,
It's like you don't even care. Like if somebody's trying to like to tell you that like you're not gonna make it. Like when I was a young child, they always tell me, "You ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna make it." Yeah, it affected me as a young child, but as I got older, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do it regardless of what they're saying. I don't care what they're saying. I'm still gonna do it and still gonna love it. You know, I'm still gonna make it no matter what. You know,
saying that there's still people.
Anybody can make it.
Yeah. And the thing is, you know, like look here we are now. Like it hasn't got through to us to, you know,
It's you know, when you
I'm a failed rapper. Sorry, I had to say
that shit got under Tyler's skin. I'm a failed rapper. That shit killed him. And you was funny as shit. Yeah. Oh, you pay your comedians to be your friends. I love that. Yeah. That was funny as shit.
Yeah.
That's the thing about this. This is a beautiful thing. And when you change it, like you're gonna have a lot of people, like, you know, it could affect your relationship with women, it could affect your friendships with people, you know, everything. They're looking at dude, because it almost is like there's such a big pot of gold into the rainbow when you really love, and like a lot of people aren't gonna understand it, especially entertainment. You know what I mean? Like, everyone wants to be a rapper, everyone wants to be a producer, but if you look at things that way, like you're not gonna progress at all. Like you gotta fail. Like I love the challenge. You know what I mean? It keeps me going. So for me, that's what's gonna and Jerry,
and it's okay to make your own sound too. That's the other thing. You know, like some people I think it's just like they're trying to go for this. Okay, this ain't Drake enough. This ain't this, you know. And it's like no, do your own thing, because I think that's really what's missing in hip hop. Like
absolutely,
there's rap art,
do that.
hip hop. You know, hip hop I think is like you like all the elements like we're talking about. We like music in general. Like, who's to say you can rap to a techno beat if you want to do that, or you know?
Oh, they used.
I've done that before, yo. Back in the day, my cousin was a DJ. I used to do that shit.
I think this hip hop right there is just make your own sound.
I battled some dude named Dick Bagel on the 10 strip, man, and destroyed that dude. Yeah,
that's fire. That's fire. That's the beauty of music. You could throw some crazy stuff together. A lot of these DJs doing that in clubs, making mashup stuff, and
especially if you rhyme over a drum set. You ever rhyme over a drum set? Oh man, that's crazy.
Do you guys know who Toto is? Girlfriend in Africa.
Who's that?
Oh yeah.
Right. They're like a band.
Rains down. Yeah, I know some rains down.
Exactly. Big band in the 70s and 80s, like real Mondo, like disco-y. I don't even know how to explain it. Just had their sound.
They have the sound. Yeah, they have that other song.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
the old school synths. It's them old synths they used to have and shit.
So like my pops, he made a mashup with that. He threw Jay-Z, Bonnie and Clyde over. It's called Girlfriend in Africa, and it's bigger, almost bigger than the original. Like, so big it sounds together, but you'd be like, "What, Jay-Z? That man? Like, how does that sound good?" But when you listen to it,
that's pretty dope. No, I'd like to hear that. Yeah, that's dope.
Yo, you can
Brain.
type it in. You'll get.
Can we look it up? Will you look it up?
Yeah. It's called Girlfriend in Africa.
Okay.
DJ Scissorhands, Girlfriend in Africa.
Look that joint up, man. 100% right now.
Gotta got that right.
So,
yeah.
Yo, you guys ever heard that? You guys ever heard that Fat Man Scoop song, "Be Faithful"?
Yeah.
It's played in all the clubs.
Fat Man Scoop.
That song, "Where the ladies at? Where the ladies at?"
Yeah.
That's his pop. His pop made that shit.
No shit.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
man.
That's what's up.
That's like something.
That's my pops.
Man, that's what's up.
That's both
They
my
play that shit
today.
Much love to your pops, man. Like
Yeah, for sure.
I'm glad we all got on this thing today.
I'm blessed with the best parents. I love my mom. Shout out my mom. Shout out my pops. They both like did their part, and I'm like, I always say I'm like a perfect mixture of both of them. But my dad definitely, with the music thing. Shout out to his hands, Crooked Plan. They definitely inspired me to chase it. Yeah, definitely.
That's what's up.
No, you'll like that. I'm about to spark this up real quick. I hope that don't mind.
Today I was talking about.
I was like tipping to the side, like going like this.
You can't fucking cuss on our podcast, so okay? Is that okay, motherfucker? You can't cuss on our podcast.
You guys are great.
That's what we said first time we had Cuban League on here. That's the homie. Now he's like part of the show. He been on like 3-4 times. But first time we had him out here, he started cussing right away. He's like, "Oh, my bad." He started apologizing, and that's what.
Don't
cuss on our cuss on here.
Yo, and full respect to like shout out Detroit. Like that's fly that you guys are on here. Shout out Detroit. I fuck with Detroit heavy. Eminem was my favorite rapper growing up. Royce the 5'9". I love all of Detroit. Like,
we got his brother coming up for the second time after this show. Two shows about 2-3 shows up. March 2nd. Kid Vicious, Royce the 5'9's brother and shit. Heaven Studios. Shout out to Heaven Studios. DJ Los. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't deny Detroit. You can't deny Detroit because back in the day,
you can't.
The Motor City with Marvin Gaye and all them folks back in the day, you cannot deny it because it's solid.
It's Motown.
What do you guys
think about Motown?
Listen, man, a lot of people be like, "Yo, you sound like Eminem a little bit." Like, yo, look, I'll tell you, Eminem was a big influence for me. And I say my style is like a mixture between like Eminem, Nas, and maybe a little Jadakiss.
Nah, but you got like a different flow though. I like your flow. Like you got like a nice flow.
It's almost kind of like Millie's. Millie's reminds me a little bit, like kind of a little bit like that.
That too.
Yeah, Millie.
And what was Bini saying? Bini, what was you saying? I know you was.
I'm saying y'all rocking with Skrilla though, because he got Detroit on the map right now.
Oh yeah, shout out Skrilla. Yeah, shout out Skrilla, baby.
Yeah. Personally, I haven't heard none of his stuff, but I know he's popping though.
We just had a Detroit concert here. 42 Doug was the headliner, but it filled the
100. I think I posted that piece, man. 100.
Cash Out Doughboys was there. Icewear Vezo and the Green Guys and shit. That whole crew, fucking all of Detroit showed out. Fucking the whole city was there, and it filled up the whole arena where the Pistons and Red Wings play at Little Caesars Arena. All
Yep.
Detroit fans
Sharpshoots,
and shit.
I used to hate
the
the
niggas
Red
from
Wings,
Detroit
yo.
and the sharpshoots. I forgot the name of them
Yeah, I
niggas
think
I
you
seen
told me
today. They
that
had some
before,
sharp
Chelsea.
ass sharp ass suits on coming out of Detroit. I
But
forgot
low
it.
key, Detroit ain't
Forgot
a
the
hockey
name.
town like everybody thinks and shit. It's like people
Yeah,
from the
Yeah, but you
suburbs.
used to
yeah. If
kick
you
our
seen the
ass
video
all the
that we
time.
have, that was the
Yo,
joke.
I
shout
ain't
out
never seen people playing hockey in the hood. I'm
And
from
Red Wings used to
Southwest
fuck us
Detroit.
up.
I ain't never seen no one playing hockey in the hood. It was always everybody in the suburbs, but Detroit was always more a basketball and football town. You know what I'm saying? More like even baseball and shit was big in Detroit.
Yep.
Yeah, I've only
I
been out
remember
there one
when.
time.
Not a hockey
I went
town.
out
Not a
there.
hockey town.
No, that
But
was a joke. So yeah,
Shout out
That's
to
what
Hockey
y'all
Town
good at,
Cafe
though.
though.
Yo,
You
yes,
into
what's
sir.
up?
hockey,
What's
though.
up with Detroit? All the roads are like a mile road. Why is that? Is that because they're spaced a mile apart?
Oh,
Yeah,
go
what is
ahead, my
They're
that?
brother.
spaced a mile apart, going north to south. It started after Joy Road in Plymouth, then it started it's Schoolcraft. Then you got 5 mile, 6 mile, 7 mile, 8 mile, 9 mile, and it goes all the way to fuck up to like 20 something mile. But 8 mile
Yeah,
is where
yeah.
Detroit
Man.
is.
We, and then in Arizona we got Miracle Mile.
Yeah,
Is that where you're
Ooh.
from, Arizona? I
ooh,
got
Miracle
family
Mile.
in Yuma, man. I got
every
family
time
And
out
we
in
got the
Yuma.
Northeast.
just
yeah. I
like some
feel
Oh,
like
you okay?
this
Where you
podcast
at in
kind of got
Arizona?
took over. Brother King X ain't even on here with me and shit. Detroit, I'm really the only one actually from Detroit because Blatonio's from Tucson. He was just here in
Yeah.
Detroit. He did a show with Brother Marquise at the Sting and shit from Two Live Crew. They came up here to Detroit and rocked it on
so
Ocean
nice.
Ave in Detroit. And then we got Christopher Jordan. He's from Staten Island. But he lives in
Original.
Tucson now, but born and raised in Staten Island. And then we got Philly in
And
there.
loving
We
Detroit,
we
loving
got
Detroit.
Brooklyn in the building. Shit, like
Yep.
we just but hip hop's worldwide. It's global. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we try to represent here. Is like, yeah, we're from Detroit and we started in Detroit, but we didn't want to just be about Detroit hip hop. We had legends from all
Right?
over because we love hip hop. We grew up on the East Coast hip hop, West Coast hip hop, down south. You know what I'm saying? Philly and shit. We were just talking about the dope artists, spitters came
I
out
don't
of
know if
Philly.
any like big name artists ever come out of Arizona. Has there been?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
So back in the day, there's
The Nasty Boy
a
Click
group
was like kind of
back in the
coming up.
day. Actually,
Oh,
I think they
Sugar.
the Four Tops or somebody like that is straight out of Arizona from back in the day, man.
Yeah,
Robert
but
Bell,
he's
they
thinking
were
about like
The Bells.
rappers and
Robert
stuff.
Bell, the Bells, they
Mhm.
came from South Park out here in Tucson, Arizona. They
Yeah.
actually came to be I believe the Four Tops or something like that. Yeah, that's
Well,
a big story out here. I believe it's the Four Tops. They came out
So
here
do
yeah,
from
because
you?
I mean we got
DMX
some
had a
names
spot in
that
Tucson too. Shit.
no rapper. It's like like Little Rodstad. Um, what else we got? John Denver, I think, is rumored to be from out here too, or something like that.
John
But
Denver, he
like, but
sells
as
a lot
far
of
as
records.
rap though, yeah, we had a
Yo,
lot of
you
different
know where
rap.
Yuma is?
What's up?
You know where Yuma, Arizona is?
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I got a lot of family out there. My uncle actually owns like a famous pizza place in Yuma. It's called Ronnie's Pizza.
Shout out Ronnie's
Dude,
Pizza.
it says on the sign, home of the Philadelphia cheesesteak. He's from Philly. He brought it
That
out there.
sounds familiar because it's been
You
around for a
gotta
long
go
time, though,
check
right?
that out, Blatonio.
Yeah,
Okay.
yo, if you're out in Yuma, man, make sure you hit up Ronnie's Pizza, man. Perfect.
I,
They got a
I
real
believe
Philly
actually because I opened
steak.
up a show for Too Short up
I'll be
there in
looking for it
Yuma.
too.
Like he was at some, yeah, I opened up for Too Short out there, and I believe that was one of the spots that we stopped on the way. Like with his entourage to get over to the show was like that sounds
Okay.
familiar because it said Philly cheesesteak, but it's a pizza joint. I'm like, okay, this is interesting. So if it's been around for a long time, man.
But
Yeah, yeah, you probably saw it.
one thing, I know your uncle got it out here, but ain't nothing like going to Philly for the cheesesteaks at
Fucking
all.
right.
You
That's
know
right.
what I mean?
Yo,
Boom, man.
you'd be surprised, right? But there's places in suburban Philadelphia that got better cheesesteaks than the city. Like
What, D'Alessandro's?
where I live right now, man, they got some crazy food out here, like decent food for Pennsylvania. I ain't mad at it. Like I'm liking
Yeah.
it. You got to go in the South.
Everybody screams and Geno's, but like there's a lot of better ones out there, man. They got
I like
real
Joe.
cheesesteak. Johnny.
In Tucson,
Tony
they
Luke's
got
is good.
Frankie's.
You like
Frankie's
Tony
is
Luke?
good.
Luke's is popping. Tony Luke.
I like the pulled pork though with the broccoli rabe on it. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that's the shit right there.
That is good.
Yeah, what about scrap? You guys got scrapple out there?
Nope.
Philadelphia cream
If
cheese,
I don't know what that is.
Where
like cakes.
Lips and assholes.
where are all you guys from? Like, you're in Arizona and you're in Detroit, right?
I'm in Southwest Detroit. Yeah.
I'm in Yaden.
Yeah, we got 2 hosts. Yeah, our other host, he hasn't been able to make it yet. He resides in Detroit, so it's a Detroit-based podcast and everything. And then me and Christopher Jordan, we reside over in AZ. And
that's good. Both worlds right there, man.
AZ, man. Yo.
They were out there with the Biggie Smalls. Arizona Ron.
You had a good time when you came here, didn't you, Blatonio? You had a good time while you was here, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
What's the temperature like out there right now?
Oh man, it's freezing out here right now.
Shit, it was like 60 degrees today.
It's like 84.
Nice.
It's like 84.
I got smoke
I
coming
had
out.
the windows down with a t-shirt on and shit. It was like 60 degrees out. It's supposed to
Yeah,
rain.
It's freezing out here right now.
What is it?
It's like 25
Like
out here right now.
Yeah, I'm in a hoodie. I'm freezing.
It was just like that. But we got
I don't talk about winter. I don't talk about winter.
He got a hoodie out when it's 70 out. I'm like, damn, like 70, we be
I'm
out
jealous.
there swimming and shit.
It's windy in Detroit, right?
Just like we don't talk summer. We don't talk summer with y'all.
We get that
See,
lake
we don't
effect
talk
shit.
summer.
We get humid
Makeup.
summers.
All right, yeah.
But the night's cool.
that's-
I mean, right now the daytime is hot, but the nights are like real cool. I mean, like it gets like 50, like about 1 o'clock in the morning or something like that.
But I know, but I'm just saying, pick out there. Like,
And the sky's always clear out there, right? You can see all the stars, right?
Not no more. Not no
most
more.
part.
You know, you
I mean,
got. Well, we don't want to get into the sun machine and all that
let's
stuff.
not go into that discussion of the weather machine.
Yeah. We got that sun
The
machine.
weather.
How the skies look over here, Blatonio, when I took you through Del Rey and shit?
Because like the first day it was pretty cloudy and stuff, or like when
that wasn't clouds, that was smog and pollution and shit.
the smog, yeah. I mean, I'm just talking about the day it rained. That was like the second day I was out there. But yeah, then it was smog. Yeah.
What are you saying, Del Rey?
Del Rey.
Yeah. I was just living in Del Rey. Like literally right off of military.
Military, yeah. I was just over off military too. Military John Crump. I grew up on Carson and Pitt. I don't know if you're familiar with Carson and Pitt by Verner and Springwell.
No, I only lived there for like a year and a half. I tried it during COVID and I fucking love South Florida. It's fire, but it's just
Southwest is like the melting pot of Detroit. You know what I'm saying? It's like we got everybody there. They call it Mexican town, but it's really like Dominicans, Cubans. We got Arabs. We got everybody down there, white, black.
A lot of Haitians too, and where.
Straight melting pot.
They all stay at like a flat and shit, and the whole crib be just like with 50 of them and shit. Crib,
cool place. It's a cool place. It's just like you got to be willing to deal with like 90 degrees in December. Like when you celebrate Christmas on the beach, that shit is different, bro. Like it don't feel. Like coming from the north, like coming from up north, like I'm like, what is this? Like I can't even cook a turkey on Thanksgiving. It's too hot, bro.
Oh shit.
I mean, you gotta be ready for that. They call Florida God's waiting room. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's like retirement. That's where the old people go.
Yo, Miami. I mean, you got
homies out in Miami.
No, you got some really good-looking people, and then you got a lot of old people. That's like what Florida consists of.
Yeah, the retirement state. You got a lot of people retiring out there.
Yeah.
Arizona's a big retirement state too. You know.
No doubt.
Some people come out here.
They got a lot of
the dry heat.
I think Donovan Tucson, right?
What was that?
I think Donovan McNabb lives out there.
Donovan
McNabb, got
the quarterback.
Diana Ross.
Yeah,
Diana Ross lives out here.
But she's got like a home out here. I actually saw her at the airport and I actually screamed out, "Stop it, the name of the move." And she goes, "It's too early for that, boy."
I know Bush Jones from the YBIs was living down there, but I think he's back in the Fed joint.
That was funny. I saw her at the airport. I was about to get on a red
DMX
eye
had
flight.
that record store down
She
there and
sees a
shit.
big old head. I'm all, stop in the name of love. She turns
Yo,
around. She's like, it's too
I,
ugly.
Arizona, you get your bang for your buck. You know what? This county that I live in right now, bro, it's like living in Manhattan. It's insane to live up north.
Expensive as hell.
Yeah, like I would rather live in AZ and buy a beautiful crib, something big, you know, with a pool, and I don't care about the lizards. Like, I'm all with it. I lived in Vegas for a little while, so I'm down for the. You know what I'm saying? Like, that sounds like a good place for me. I would definitely live in Arizona.
Well, if
Yeah,
you're
they
ever
only
out
got
there, man,
out there.
let me
There's
know.
only
You
seasons,
guys,
right? You got summer and you got winter, right?
but that's what I would pretty much. Wouldn't you say, Chris? You
Doesn't
know,
it get cold at nighttime though? I heard in Arizona. Like I heard it gets
Not
really
no more.
cold.
Not unless you're going. Not unless
not,
you're going to the desert.
not
Like
feeling cold.
the desert has cold spots.
Ah,
That's about it.
Not
But
feeling cold though.
mostly hot. But right now, this
Yeah.
time of time, it's like hot in
Rattlesnake,
the day, cold at night. Yeah.
A lot of holes in the desert, shit like
you got
that.
peyote out there?
Yeah, but usually it's most of the natives have the access to that. You know.
Yeah, but y'all
you
got
gotta
this.
go to reservations for that.
Oh hell
Mm-hmm.
yeah!
Yeah,
That's
Exactly.
what I
I'm
do.
trying to
Yeah,
go out there, yo.
So, I
my
mean,
brother-in-law. My
if
brother-in-law's
you have a
yo.
friend
I
that's
got connections out there in the res.
Some guy at the
100%.
drum circle is trying to sell me a
Shit,
button for like $20 each. I'm like, how many you need to get high? He's like 7. I'm like, that's gonna be over 100. I don't have that kind of money.
yeah,
It's
Yeah, but
crazy.
at a certain time, you couldn't get a certain amount of stuff out there on the res, so they do sell it a little bit more expensive, but not no more. It's I don't know how long ago that was for you, bro, but not no more. It seems to be a little bit more even right now.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, because they stopped back in the day when I got out here in Arizona in '97. They stopped serving beer at 12 o'clock midnight, and then like you had to go
I
out there and serve.
remember.
It's like Delaware.
Yo, I heard the peyote. That's how the Indians used to go on their visions and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's
that's
what I
where
was
they
talking
have
about.
access to it. Like it's legal on there because like in the belief system right there. Yeah, so that's why
Yeah,
it's like
it's spiritual.
Psychedelics got me off dope. That's how
spiritual,
I got off dope.
spiritual experience. Oh,
The mushrooms will get you
There's
off dope.
actually,
They're looking. Scientists are definitely looking into that right now. Like that, the
yeah,
mushrooms will definitely get you off a lot.
It
I don't
resets the brain.
know if you've heard of ibogaine, right?
Yeah. That guy was.
It's this African root, right? And it's some type of psychedelic. It makes you trip. What it does is it reverses your opioid receptors back to before you started using opiates. They found
Yeah,
out, like it's actually legal out in like countries in like Costa Rica, but like they banned it in the United States.
because you had to
But
be watched because you could overdose on it.
yeah, like you got to be monitored on it. But I actually know a couple people that did that ibogaine treatment, and it was pretty successful, man. Like they did it. They like tripped or whatever. They had to be monitored by like a doctor while they were doing it. But it actually it makes you it makes it like you've never done opiates before. So like if you had that addiction, basically you're back to before you started using it. Before you started using it, you know what I'm saying?
It resets the brain.
Up again, yeah, it resets it.
Got it.
Pretty crazy, man.
Yeah,
I told you,
Smoke
acid got me
on
to
that
quit
shit.
heroin, man. That's how I quit dope. I was like
see,
tripping. I was like, go live in Kensington.
you
I was
can't
like,
get
fuck
one
that.
quick either. I've noticed. Yeah, yeah.
Start
No,
start using
Shrooms
that
are legal
like
here. Are
just like you
shrooms
said.
legal in Philly? Is cannabis legal in Philly? And shrooms?
It's
Medical.
it's it's medical right now. They're trying to pass it, but it's not recreational yet. You got to get a card. You
Right.
got to
I
get
had to
like
go
a
to. Yeah,
That's how it was
I
in
told you how I
Philly.
got mine, right? I had to go to jail to get mine. I was on probation. I failed my piss test. Then he put me in jail, then rehab. Then I told him my dad died, and he's like, well, you got PTSD. I'm like, can you write that down? And then I went to the weed doctor, and I was like, and they said it to him. He didn't want to send to rehab. I was getting to rehab to send the diagnosis. And I was like the first person in Delaware County on probation. Like, this is years ago to have my weird weed card and shit. You know what I mean? I was part of the first 500 in PA.
oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
it works, man. It works for people. They actually one of the conditions that they use it for is opioid dependence,
Right.
and it's been pretty successful, man.
Yeah.
No doubt. Shout out
Especially
Dirty B.
dad.
He's one of the winners contest too and shit. Shout out Dirty B and our homie and shit. He's a producer out of Detroit, dope producer and shit.
Nope.
We got JP. Yo, Bini in
So,
the building,
what up,
Philadelphia
though?
in the building,
Yeah,
Chestnut
salute,
Fire in the
salute.
building, Christopher
Salute.
Todd, Blatonio Todd,
Yep.
brotherkingx. What up, though? I hope everything's good with you.
What up,
Talk to him
though?
earlier. I don't know.
100%. Yeah.
He might have fell asleep though. You know, he be getting tired sometimes and shit. I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe
Definitely.
he ate some too many edibles or some shit. I don't know.
But just like all of us on this podcast right now, you know, we gotta enjoy the journey, because one thing about it is that we got them little youngsters coming up beneath us, and the first thing out their mouth when we try to tell them something is that, hey, you ain't never been through what I've been through, right? So they're like, okay, you've been through what they've been through, even a little bit more worse. So now you can talk to them, because once they make that statement, you're like, yeah, this is what it is, youngster. This is what happened, and then they're gonna
Yeah, that's
listen to
true.
you. But you know,
It's true.
Yeah, because
yeah,
nobody want to listen to a drug counselor who didn't have experience. You know what I mean? Like nobody's gonna listen to like somebody who doesn't do drugs. Like you shouldn't do it. I've never done nothing my whole life, but don't do it. Like who the fuck is you?
Yeah, don't try it.
You
You
know what I
will like
mean?
it. That's what I've always told people is don't try it. You will
Yeah,
like
in the
it.
joint, that's how the bitches and substance abuse
Not,
be.
don't try it. And then I do whatever, in front of them and be like, no, don't try it. You're going to like it. You don't know which way you're going to go. It might run your life, or you might be a functional, which, some,
Yeah.
you never
100.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have any kids myself, but I got 12 nieces and nephews. I think one of them is actually watching right now. Dom, shout out
Got a big
to my
family.
nephew Dom. Yeah,
Shout out
man,
Dominic.
big
What up,
fan.
Dom?
Yeah, Dominic.
Yeah, but shout out to my mom and dad. They're probably watching right now too. You know, they've helped me out a lot. Tell you what, man, family's very important, and I realized that through this journey that I've been on. You know, like if it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't be where I'm at right now, man. So big shout out to my family, mom and dad, all my nieces and nephews and everybody, and Yo
Matthew
non-toxic family is
in the
important.
building.
Hell
The
yeah.
one you got a lot of toxic family.
They
The
terrible.
non-toxic family is important, but them toxic family members, they're not really that important, man. I'm telling you.
Well, when it comes to recovery, man, it's all about changing the people you surround yourself with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They talk about like in the program, people, places, and things. But the reason why people is the first one is because that's what it starts with, man. If you're not around those people, you're not going to end up in them places, and you're not going to do them things. So basically, that's what I started with, man. Like I got rid of all the old friends that I had, and I started making new friends that are beneficial to me and that support what I'm doing and my goals and everything like that. So like, Brandon, like he's not into that lifestyle. You know what I mean? That was number one. Like when we became friends, man, like he didn't do that stuff, and it's helped me a lot being around him. You know what I'm saying? See a whole different side of things. So like, I'm starting to really adapt to that, and it's helped me, man. So yeah, I want to thank Bini, man. Like he's been a big support for me and what we're doing here, and let's hope that we can help a lot of other people out there.
And you will.
Yeah.
And you will. I know that for a fact,
Yeah.
man. I
And
know you
that
will.
goes in family too. That's like a family member where, like right there, because we can have some loser family members and stuff, but have a homie like that sticks by your side, and it really does care about your well-being. So it's like, they don't have to
And
It's
always be
not out
family.
there to get high or get a couple dollars to get they fixed. They just, I mean, you don't need people like that.
Exactly.
I appreciate all of you guys. For me, it's just it's organic, man. Like me and Germ, we vibed. We had a connection. Yeah, I'm fortunate enough. I think I was too scared to do drugs as a kid, to be honest with you. So I probably never dabbled into like deep stuff. But I had my experiences. But I don't know, man. I just stood distracted. I was always doing something different. So fortunately for me, I didn't have to go through that. But when he's around me, like, yeah, it's all positive. Like I'm actually a nag. I'm like, yo, let's do this. Let's make music. Like that's what I'm about. You know what I mean? I want to be productive. You only got so many people, so much time. Like, I'm 30 years old, so I'm actually like 11 years younger than him. And like, my life is going by like this. That shit is crazy. Like I remember
It's so true.
If
And it goes
AJ
back,
number
yeah,
number
just keep
AJ
moving.
number the number.
no, but
you get that. You know,
like I
A
hate to be
number that ends eventually,
I'm
though.
fucking 40 now,
Right.
man.
right, like that's my point. Like it's like you're not even on that cliche vibe, but it's more just like it really goes by so quick. People tell you that, and you listen to them. You're like, nah, man. Like I'm gonna live my life and I'm gonna do my thing. And then you're like, shit. Like I'm 30. Like damn, I'm done with my 20s. So now I got a whole new decade. I gotta focus on like doing things. So I'm on like grind mode. Like Jerm will tell you, man. Like we're really out here trying to do this. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's never too late. And age ain't number to me, because for a simple fact, like we all got for me, like I tell you, like for me, like we all got old souls, like reincarnated old souls. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's
Hell
like
yeah.
the numbers don't really mean anything, because just like you said, you are how many years younger than my friend right here. But it don't matter, because y'all both have old souls. So the physical age doesn't really matter, because with inside some type of time, y'all guys were together within another timeline. You know what I mean? And that's what makes that bind. It took a long time for you guys to find each other again through the journeys and everything that you've been through. And y'all guys finally found each other again spiritually.
Yep.
And now you're building and went through the journeys. And now this is why you are at where you're at. You know, like it's, I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
trying to do this for the
I know
people.
what
You
you
know
mean.
what I'm saying? Look, if I could do it, then I think anybody can do it. You know what I'm saying? If I
Hell
could do
yeah.
it, we could do it, man. You
I
know,
feel the
it's
same way.
true, bro.
Yeah.
It's true. Like you could do anything you want in this world, man. It's the
Mhm.
truth. If you put your
Yep.
mind to it and you really want to do it, you could do it, man.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
I
you
know,
have
gotta,
two
you gotta
kids,
be
and
like
that's what pushes me forward. You know what I mean? You got to have something. I have my kids and my girl. You know what I mean? And that's why I don't want to get high anymore, because I look at them like I'm not fucking up no more, because I know what it was like, and I don't want to go back there.
and
You
I
just got to
salute you
have
for
that.
that. I salute you for that. Real shit.
Thank you.
Of
Oh, yeah.
course.
I appreciate that.
Now you gotta look at life like, the glass is half full. Like that old saying, it really is true. It's half full or half empty. If you go into something hopeless, you're gonna get hopeless results. Like
Word.
I'm a
It's like
fake
that.
until you make it kind of guy. Like I walk in the room, I feel like I'm the most important, but that's just because you got to think that way. You know what I mean? You got to
Yeah.
be
I
on that
always say this:
headspace.
Are you a
that power of
paisan?
words. Yeah, that
Are you
What
power
happened?
of words.
Italian? Are you a
Yeah,
That power
paisan?
of words.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got it. I'm a paisan too.
I'm
Got to.
me too.
Yeah, the
sorry.
power of words, though. I mean,
Somebody keeps
yeah,
Me
bringing my
too.
number, but I'm
Me too.
Italian though.
I'm a
Definitely.
Yeah.
paisan too.
me too.
Yeah, me too.
I'm
My
Italian
father
too,
was
man.
born in Italy.
Yo,
100%.
what's going on in here? Hey, what's going on in here?
Yeah,
Prima io
yeah,
parlo inglese e parlo tutto italiano.
yeah.
Forget
Yeah,
about it.
yeah.
Get
I
Philly
love
and
it.
But
New
yeah,
York in
think
the
about
building and see what
And
happens
now
and
just
shit.
scatta.
I love it.
E
I love it.
poi
Yeah.
si
Everybody can
Nah,
say forget
schiatta.
about it, but I can say forget
Mangia
about
ragazzi.
Forget about it.
Get him out.
yeah.
Mangia ragazzi.
Yeah. Don't get me
Fangul.
started. I'll be in here. I'll get stuck talking like that the whole rest of the pod. I'll be talking like this for no reason. Now, see, I already got a problem moving my hands. I got to keep them still when I'm having this conversation.
I
That
can't
was my
even.
first language. Before I spoke English, I only spoke Italian because my grandma raised me. No, no, mom.
That's incredible. That's actually pretty incredible, man. And to be bilingual is like super. Like I would go to Italy and just talk Italian to everybody, and that would be the best time ever. You know what I mean? Like
I'm trying
that's
to
something you
go.
gotta.
My
I'm
next
trying
door
to go
neighbor,
too.
my best friend is Italian, Sicily Italian. That's all they spoke was Italian when I was a kid. When I grew up next door.
Sicilian.
Yeah,
Sicilian. Since my
Yeah,
mom is Sicilian.
Sicilian.
Sicilian. Yeah,
Yeah, so my mom is
Sicily.
Sicilian. My dad is Nabladad, and like all other so I got like a mixture of northern Italy, southern Italy, all over the
Yeah.
place in me. And
From my
people
dad's
meet
side,
me,
all I
they
know is it was south, so it's Forza, Italy. That's all, And
yeah, nah,
My
but
Abruzzo.
dad's
that's
from Chieti Abruzzo.
Yeah, that's what my
so
friend.
Yeah. Chieti
We'll give a
Abruzzo.
shout out
That's
to
like the only
Anthony
place in
Anthony
Europe that got
Avicello.
wolves. It's the
Anthony
only place
Avicello,
that
my
got
best friend.
wolves.
Anthony Avicello.
My mom's
facts.
100% Italian. My dad was actually adopted when he was a child. His father was 100% Italian. His mother, I think, was 50% Italian. So I mean, I'm almost 100% Italian, probably like 90%. But yeah, something else I wanted to say too. Like as far as like with what I was talking about, like you can't do it yourself. You know what I'm saying? you need help from other people, and you need help from what they say, a higher power. You know what I'm saying? And my sister's about to get married, and she's with a good guy right now who helped like turn things around. And he just had 8 years clean, last week. And that's a big accomplishment. I've kind of, he's helped me out along the way. His name's Matt. And, if you watch it right now, shout out to
Shout out,
Matt.
Matt.
Shout out.
Shout out to Matt.
Yeah,
Matt.
man. Like, he's got a lot of, like strong wisdom, and he's been there for me. If I got a question, if I'm going through something, he's there for me, and he helps me with direction. You know what I'm saying? And he's been good to my sister and good to the kids. So like, that's what I care about.
That
So
wraps up what you just said. Is a saying. There's a saying out there that says, "No man is an island. No man is an island."
Yeah.
So you can't do it by yourself. No man is an island.
Right.
Except for Staten Island. Staten Island.
Certain people I call bridge burners. They habitual bridge burners. You know what I mean, though?
Yeah.
There's certain people like that, though, too. They just burn till they can.
Exiled, pretty much. Yeah, they're put on the island.
Yeah.
Like,
True that.
yeah, you put on the island, you by yourself on there. Gilligan's Island, as the homie Monty.
Ooh-wee.
There with,
That was my favorite show when I was a kid.
right?
Gilligan,
Like, we got the
Or
homie,
Marianne.
Monty, shout out to Horse Trainer. Yeah, he always talk about you guys all, the losers club sitting there on Gilligan's Island and stuff.
Stranded on Gilligan's Island, yeah, swinging their purses and shit, stranded and shit.
Yeah.
That's where that saying ginger saying came from too. Gilligan's
yeah,
Island.
who remember
Marianne.
naked in a
3-hour tour. I used to say when I was going to Kensington, I would call that my 3-hour tour. Like my 3-hour tour to go there and come back when I was using and shit.
Y'all remember that show Naked and Afraid that was on for a while?
Yes, I do. Yeah, man. They call.
I don't understand how the Howells had so much money and they couldn't get off the damn island.
Yeah, they used to have robots come and visit them and shit. They would watch up ashore. Remember that? Like, oh, it's a robot.
Yeah.
Or they have a plane and like the engine just didn't work. It just crashed. Like we could, and then they got swept out to sea. Yeah.
And that coconut cream pie, coconut cream pie was the bomb.
Yeah. Coming out there. I'm gonna kill an electric eel. I'm gonna do that, and you never been around an electric eel. We're gonna eat that tonight, something like that.
Exactly. You let the first person eat the electric eel, and you eat it second.
Did you ever see that dog that bit it and like he tried to bite it and it picked it up? He fell. He didn't know what the fuck that shit was.
Yeah, heck no.
I seen the crocodile like start smoking. You see that shit?
Seen that one?
There's a caiman.
They make a crocodile look tasty though. Man,
I ate
make
it
a crocodile look tasty.
Chewy. It's chewy.
Man.
Hey,
And they
I
put
like
all
some
that.
gator bites. Good.
They had a spot in
bites,
Media, Pennsylvania called the
Yep.
New Orleans Cafe. Remember that place? New Orleans Cafe. They have like ostrich they would serve and all kinds of weird shit. I would eat it.
Turtle.
I like
Sprite gator bites is on there a
stuff.
bit. Gator bites is cool.
Hey, I'm sticking to the chicken beef.
So
what about calamari?
I want to ask y'all brothers, man. What is your top 5? Who you got in your top 5? And your top 5 hip hop artists?
Damn, that's such a tough question, man. Top 5, does it gotta be from 1 to 5, or can it just be any order of 5?
Any order
Actually,
of
you
5.
can do random ones.
Mine fluctuates.
Top 5 different areas if you want.
Any order of 5?
Fluctuate. It
Any
changes,
order of
don't
5.
it? It fluctuates though. I think the top 5.
Yes.
Like
I'm gonna tell you.
Lamar,
I'm gonna tell you. I already got my top 5. Like, and this is cemented.
Top 10. What's that top 10? Your shirt.
Top.
Yeah, if you need a couple.
Yeah, what's that shirt say?
This says you know, it's basically it's a zodiac thing. It's like you know you're Cancer, and then it's basically 10 things that are true about me. So you know, I wear it when I'm in public. Yeah.
My best friend's a Cancer too. My Anthony Evicello.
Born in July or
Yeah, July 13th.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up.
This is July 6th.
Oh, word. There you go.
Yeah.
My birthday's on Thanksgiving every now and then, November 25th. I'm a turkey boy. Sagittarius, the good kind. The good kind of Sagittarius. The ones that are born in November are good. The ones in December, they fucked up. I'm the same.
Yeah.
No wonder Talib Kweli likes you, man. You were born on genocide day. I see. No, just play. But that's an inside Talib Kweli though, because
I wrote him today, man.
Oh no, you didn't.
Talib is
big shout out Papa Jive, Blatonio.
What's that?
I said he loves Chester like he loves Papa Jive.
Oh yeah. Oh, he loves that Papa Jive guy. Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, he does blow us up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He shouted us out and shit. He put our telefib on his page and all that shit. Still up there on his Facebook right now. Got more views than anything else he dropped and shit. Like, so.
I'm a Kanye. He made that weird face. Remember, I took the screenshot. He's like, he looked all weird like Grover. I think he looks like a Muppet.
Weird. And then,
like
he changed it. And then he changed his teeth around. He put titanium teeth.
He did?
Kanye got titanium teeth, bro. Like,
yo, Kanye's looking for that album. Can we talk?
No, but I know a couple people were trying to chime in right here. No, I was gonna say, my brother, go ahead and continue what you was asking. Like
top five,
because it dropped a little bit.
Yeah, you're John. I couldn't hear you.
Oh, my service. No, my service. I'm sorry. Someone keeps calling my phone, guys. What I was saying is like let's talk about that Kanye album because it's awful. It's awful, and that disappoints me as a hip hop
like
fan.
That one song, "Big Titty Girls Come from the Sky." That's funny. That song. I mean, dude,
I need what's it called? Graduation. You know, like I need old Kanye. You know what I mean? Like college dropout.
Because he don't have Jay-Z's and he don't have people like that working with him. He got now like all these young rappers with him. You know what I mean?
It just seems like if I'm giving my honest critique, it seems like he's being so lazy with his production these days. Like he's not delivering something special anymore. Like
he's making so much money. That's what it is.
I think he uses GarageBand. He does it on his phone in GarageBand, I heard. Yeah.
Wow. Has it come to that?
Yeah.
Yeah, what about them new Trump sneakers that just came out?
This guy, Kanye West, for the Super Bowl, he made $14 million just like was it like posting the Super Bowl on Facebook or some shit? Like he just posted the Super Bowl and made money with people just watching some shit.
Because it cost him all the money to get the ad, so he just filmed it on his iPhone. It's actually kind of genius.
It is. Yeah. Like for nothing. Like he made $14 million for shit.
Kanye.
Did you see those shoes he was selling? Those Yeezy Pods? They were $200. Now they're $20 on the web. Everything's $20 right now.
Oh, he got it down because he was talking about doing that for a long time. He said,
I was thinking about buying. Do you see those things? They look like socks with fucking shoes. You see them?
Listen,
they're made in Italy too. They're made in Italy. Those things.
Yo, he's wearing tights though. My man's wearing leggings, bro. Like the dude.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I gotta show you. That's what I'm talking about. Go on Yeezy.com. They got them. They're like $20 now.
Yeah, I don't know if I
you got like a body legging, like a whole body legging. Like
it shows.
Body.
It's like it looks.
They all smell.
I don't know, man.
I
don't know what
after you wear a couple of days, it's called stink because size stink.
Top five. You want to hear who I got on my top five?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Let's get back on it.
Top five dead or alive. I mean, I'm from a different era, so I'm gonna go with Nas, Eminem, Doc Biggie, and Jada Kid.
That's a dope top five.
Who's your number 4?
I said Eminem. Number 4, Biggie.
Big. Oh, okay. Yeah, Big.
So I'm gonna go Nas, Eminem, Tupac, Biggie, and Jadakiss.
Nice.
That's
That's a dope ass lineup right there. That's like throwing darts right there.
That'd be a dope ass record right there.
You can't lose with that. You know what I'm saying? All legends.
Yep.
And they actually stopped. Could you imagine if Pac and Big made something together?
They did. They did running. They did running.
They did that one.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know what I'm talking about?
You know what I mean? I wish they were around longer. Imagine how hip hop would have been. Tupac and Biggie stayed alive, man.
Right.
Can you imagine?
Because they knew
And they
Puffy
seen it
was.
too.
They knew Puffy was gay. That was. Still, you got to get rid of him. That's what happened. He's like, they see Puffy do some weird stuff. Yeah.
Oh.
I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop.
Damn, that's rough.
Yeah.
He always been suspect though. Shiny suit wearing motherfucker.
Who you got? Bini, who you got in your top 5?
For me, so I would say Jay-Z. I'm gonna put Drake in there. I'm gonna put Jay-Z, Drake. I'm gonna put 50. I gotta put 50. I gotta put Eminem. And for number 5 for me, bro, honestly, and this might be a weird one, but this is just for me. I'm gonna put Q-Tip.
That's cool. I like Q-Tip.
Hey, Tip
No,
is a
that's
dope.
you. That's all you.
Dope. Yeah.
Big time.
I'm a big Tribe fan. I mean, I listened to Tribe growing up. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, they were just on in my house a lot. So, you know, I wouldn't even say I listened to them, but like, you know, my dad was always playing that shit. And like, you know, so that's like the stuff that's embedded in me. And Q-Tip's so underrated too. I feel like he didn't get enough like individual love. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like
Absolutely.
he's big.
That's staple.
I like this voice.
He
He had
got
a
like
smooth voice.
the vibing thing.
Yeah, the vibrant thing is,
Vibrant
dude,
thing.
that's,
That shit was fire.
that's a special song right
That
there.
beat,
Man. That really makes you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Boom, boom. That bass would hit hard. Boom, boom.
Right.
That shit was hard.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna hold you. I mean, I could keep going. Like I got J. Cole in there. Like there's so many.
He's nice.
You know, Kendrick, obviously Kendrick's in there because I don't really listen to Kendrick, but how you taking that? And Fab is a big underrated artist for me. I'm a big Fabulous.
Yeah.
So I mean, shout out Fabulous for real.
That Freddie vs. Jason album was incredible.
It was a great album. Great album. That's the one he did with Jadakiss, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah. That was a
That shit was
fire.
fire.
Matter of fact, did he want to take Fab shopping?
Yeah, Diddy's acting a little.
yo,
Diddy's acting a little strange,
Oh,
man.
shit.
Yo,
shit.
Yo, Fab looked scared. Fab looked scared. He looked concerned.
Yeah.
Man. He looked. I could see it on his face. Like he looked like Diddy.
Who was that reggae guy? He kept grabbing him. He had like a dress on, that reggae guy.
He wasn't having it. He wasn't
Remember,
having
he's like, come over here.
Yo,
He's
Fab
no,
was
man.
like, yo, Fab was like,
boy.
yo, Fab was like, I did invite you. What do you mean?
He
Like
wasn't
he started getting emotional, man. Like I was getting concerned, man. I'm like, he's really like, Diddy got these dudes on some shit right now because there's even an interview with him.
Especially when Diddy getting too comfortable. I like when you do that, Daddy. I like when you do that, Daddy.
Yeah. Yo, Charlemagne, did you
like that, Daddy? Yeah.
Yo, Charlemagne called him out for it.
I like when you do that. Take that.
Yeah.
That's a.
He asked about 50 Cent. He said, "Why you want to take him shopping?"
Yo, yeah, he said, "Why are you calling dudes daddy?" That's what he said to him. He's like, "I'm not calling dudes daddy." He's like, "Yes, you are. You're calling dudes daddy." He's like, "Oh, I'm just too drunk." He's like, "I don't remember."
Yo, you ever hear that story? That dude, he said that he went in like some room and seen him doing some gay shit, and then he went to a something interview with Puffy, and he like stopped the interview and looked at the guy. He's like, "Where do I know you from?" And he just looked at it, he didn't know what to say. It's like, Miami. He's like, oh, yeah, true.
Yeah.
And he knew at that moment when he looked at him that they both knew that he was doing weirdo stuff behind them doors. That's what I'm saying.
There's a lot of rumors about Diddy, and he somehow escaped that whole thing he just got going with Cassie. Like she dropped.
Oh, it's still ongoing, yo. They say 50 Cent's making a documentary. He's making a documentary on it.
No way, is he really?
Yeah.
Yo, 50
you
goes
hear that
for his
song
neck.
they did, Uncle Murder? Like that, he did the whole thing. He's like, did he do it? Did he rape her? They have a whole song about that. The guy, 50, he does like the yearly recap. That guy, Uncle Murder.
Yeah. I love those.
Yeah, it's like, did he do it? Did he rape her?
Yeah, I didn't hear 2023. I gotta listen to 2023s.
Yeah.
He goes in.
The second part. Not
Yeah,
the
those
first
are
one. This
good.
is the second part. Yeah, he killed
Damn.
Diddy though.
Damn, man.
Did he do it? Did he rape her?
I don't know. There's just been a lot of sus video. You guys ever see the video going around of Bieber? Like he's in the club and then they
Yeah, he
flash
looks
light on
scary.
him doing some weird. Turns around and he looks at the camera all innocent and
They
scared,
said
bro, and they're
G-Wise
filming
on
him.
the camera and shit, and that was
I just made a short about that.
Justin Bieber was slapping us some football player. I forgot.
Yeah,
his name.
Odell Beckham.
Yeah,
Odell Beckham was super. Odell's been
was
sus.
that real? Was that real or a joke?
Did
you see that?
Bini got pissed and shit.
That was
He
a
like,
real.
what the fuck you doing?
No, that was real.
That was real.
That was real.
Real.
I thought it was like fucking around like a joke because there's no way.
Yo,
He look
Beckham,
like
yo, Beckham's been sus. He's been sus since the Giants.
Yeah.
Know what I
I hate the Giants anyway. So a couple of my friends are Giants fans. So
I'm a Giants fan.
New Jersey midgets. I'm just saying. What's New York about them?
We got more rings than the Eagles, though. That's all.
What's
I'm
the
saying.
record? Every time you play us, though, you can't. When you have to go to the playoffs, if you have to get to the playoffs and you have to play us, you lose. If you have to play us in the playoffs, you lose. And what's Eli's record against the Eagles in the playoffs? 0-2.
Fair enough.
We got 5 miracles, and we got 5 miracles against the Giants. Not one, not two, 5 miracles.
I'm just counting the rings. I'm just counting the rings. That's all. Look,
we got one. And the greatest Super Bowl win of all time, yo.
What?
Greatest back of all time. Big Dick Nick. Big Dick Nick killed that shit, yo.
Man.
He even caught a touchdown on Brady, yo. He beat Brady, yo. Come on.
He's playing golf with Carson Wentz right now.
Oh, yo. Yeah, that's true. But remember they lit up the Empire State Building like the Eagles colors when we fucking went to the Super
that
Bowl,
was crazy.
Yo, I was like, holy shit, yo, we run New York, yo.
I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm definitely like a Phillies fan. Like that, I will say. I've been here for like 12 years. This place is like my second home. So I love the area. I've adapted to being a Phillies fan. There's definitely more passion in being a Phillies fan than an Eagles fan. I'm gonna stick with my Giants when it comes to football, but I will support the Phillies. I was pretty.
No, but here's the thing, though. Like, I have a lot of good friends who are Giants fan. I talk shit as long as you ain't a Cowboys fan. That's the only issue I have.
Oh yeah, nah, man. I ain't no damn
Cowgirls fans, man. That's the Philly thing right here.
But I am a Dak Prescott fan. I am a Dak Prescott fan, though.
He's all right. Thinking Dunk Dakota.
I was just reading an article that the number one land. Yo, Derrick Henry's about to come to Philly.
That'd be dope.
I
think last year I think I don't know what happened, man. It's like we just quit. Did you ever see anything like that though?
Yo, that was terrible.
The Eagles just quit. They just quit though. It's like they were told to, like, yo, you can't win no more.
What about the Phillies? What about the Phillies, man? They were like one game away from the World Series. They started collapsing. Like I'm like, oh my god, man. That's
why I keep telling these Detroit guys. They went to the NFC Championship game. I was like, imagine doing it over and over and over again, not winning. We got one. You know what I mean? You ain't got none yet, but I'm saying we got one. And I was rooting That's why I wanted Detroit to win too. I wanted Detroit to win. Hell yeah! Fuck, I hate San Fran.
Yo, I was rooting for Detroit. I wanted Jared Goff to get it.
Me too.
I'm glad we lost to the Bay, though. Shout out to the Bay. I got a lot of love for the Bay. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the Bay. I was hoping they.
I was rooting for the Lions this one. Yeah,
me too. I liked seeing Eminem there. That was really cool.
That was cool. He never comes out.
And he had his brother. Did you see he was with his brother?
Yeah, I did, man. That's crazy.
Gutta knows. Don't you know his brother, Gutta?
Who's that? Who are you saying?
Don't you know Eminem's brother?
Oh yeah, Nathan. Shout out to Nathan. Yeah. Shout out Nathan. Yeah, I remember Nathan and shit when he was a little kid. With 51st, he came out with Get Rich or Die Trying. He came to the State Theater in Detroit. I just got out the joint. And I went with some guys that, like, I don't want to say too much, but they sold something that a group that was performing there fucked with. I ain't gonna say what group, because I fucked with them and shit. But anyways, 50 did the whatever and shit, but I met Nathan back. He was backstage with Eminem and shit. Eminem brought him out on stage with him, like, at the end of the show. Nobody knew him was at the show the whole night. 50 did his whole set. It was the record release and shit. And then at the end, he got the whole crowd to start chanting like Shady and shit. But I was backstage at that, like the whole area with the D12 and them. Shout out to D12.
So you met Eminem before?
Yeah, I met Eminem. Shit, I was in the studio with Eminem.
That's before he blew up too. Actually, that's the thing.
That's really cool, man.
Go ahead. Go ahead, my brother.
Eminem, that's why people talk about he ain't from Detroit, but he put a lot of people from Detroit on, really. We talked about that when we had this Detroit episode for the Valentine's Day Massacre and shit. We had some Detroit OG artists on here, and like people are saying that like Eminem didn't look out for Detroit, for the city and shit, but he really did. He put on at least 30, 40 artists and shit that we personally know and shit in the city of Detroit, and that's why when people from out of state come to Detroit and they like try to talk like Everlast tried to talk shit about Eminem at St. Andrews, and he had to get a police escort out. They rushed him on the stage, broke all his instruments. He was locked in a safe room in the back, shit like that, because they were like, we can talk about him, but y'all can't talk about him type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like some.
I respect that.
So I mean, that's what it is with Eminem and shit. He did battle in Detroit. He wasn't from the other side of it. He was from a trailer park. He actually did grow up broke. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like he was some rich kid trying like Kid Rock. Kid Rock really
Kid
came
Rock's
from
another
a rich
story.
family.
See, that's why I can relate
It's like
to
a
Eminem.
different-
I grew up like that. I'm still here. You know what I mean? I live in Yaden, which is right across the
His
street from
dad, he
Philly.
just recently
So like,
passed.
it's like 8 miles from
Condolences
me.
and shit,
You know?
Condolences to Kid Rock's dad, who just passed, but he owned like the biggest dealership in Detroit. So Kid Rock grew up with a lot of money, but he started DJing at schools in Detroit when he was young, and that's how he got on and shit. So, and he was straight hip hop when he first got on, and then
He don't even rap or nothing no more. He's all about rock and roll. I don't get it.
Now, Kid Rock kind of got his hood pass revoked in Detroit. We had a couple guests on here that knew him personally from back in the day. They used to roll.
Yeah, would you call him Speedball Bob or something? Would you call him?
Speedball. Nope.
Speedball Bobby, yeah, that was his nickname before.
Bob Ritchie or Bob Bitchy.
Speedball Bobby and shit. Shout out to Speedball Bobby and shit. That's what his nickname was and shit in Detroit.
That's funny, man. Yeah. Every time I see him, that's what I'm gonna think of. Speedball Bobby.
Yeah, no, Eminem was really out there in Detroit doing his thing, and he did live in Detroit, and he put a lot of people on, like D12 and Royce and like Obi Trice, people like that. And then the people that branched off from them, big crews, rap groups that branched off, people in the movies, 8 Mile Spark, like dude who played Papa Docs and everything. He's a fucking superhero now and shit. And like
Mackay Pfeiffer. I'm no Mackay Pfeiffer.
Oh, Mackay Pfeiffer, but he's not from Detroit. But Cheddar Bob, the dude who played Cheddar Bob, he's from Detroit, and he's in a lot of movies too and shit. Miss Corona, shout out to Miss Corona. We had.
I like that guy.
Miss
And
Corona.
Brittany Murphy, she died right after that, right?
Who's that? Oh, Brittany Murphy.
Brittany Murphy, yeah. That was weird how they died. Her and her husband. They said they thought he killed her, then he died the same way from like mold in the apartment. Yeah, that's crazy, right?
And can I just say something real quick to shout out Obi Trice, because Obi Trice, I love Obi Trice. That one album he made, I don't remember.
Cheers.
Man, his beats. Yo, his beats were on some other shit. Like I used to listen to Obi Trice. Like Eminem, shout out Eminem for putting Obi Trice on, because he's a huge influence.
We've been work to get him on. We've been trying to work to get him on. So I mean, definitely Obi, if you're watching.
Yo, send my flowers, because real talk, like he's a big part of my music.
I want a feature, man. Let me get a feature.
Us Philly guys love Detroit hip hop,
before
man.
he was down with Shady and shit. We was rocking shows at like Harpo's in front of like 2,500 people at Harpo's before he got down with Shady and shit. That's how far back we go with Obi and shit. The last time I seen him, he was actually in court. I don't want to say what he was in court for and shit, but you know, if you know his music, you know what he was in court for. You know what I'm saying? If you know his album titles and all that shit. Cheers, didn't just kind of figure it out and shit. Like, but shout out Obi Trice. You know, he was
about the setup. The setup. That's the song. That's the song I'm thinking of. The setup. Yo, that's one of my favorite songs of all time, man. It's incredible. Like the beat, and the way he's telling the story about a girl.
I don't know what happened to him though. Like he had one album. What happened to him? He should be. Actually, I like that album too.
You know what song I like with Eminem, dude? That song Drips. That's why I ain't got no time.
Yeah, that's that shit.
He's still out there doing this shit. He was out in somewhere in Europe with Dr. Dre and Snoop and all that and shit. He was out there fucking doing his show and shit. I seen he was out there rocking shows, big ass crowds and shit, like stadiums and shit. He's out there still doing his thing. And he was just recently on the West Coast. I know that with JD from the Lynch Mob, who's a homie of ours. We've had him on here and shit, but he was just over there and with them and shit with the Lynch Mob. So he's around. He fucks with Ice Cube heavy and shit. Obi Trice does. So he's still around. He fucks with like a lot of the ex Death Row rappers and shit. A lot of people from Detroit got ties to Death Row Records because there's a DJ here, DJ Los. His dad is he made that famous clap you hearing like MC Breeze, Ain't No Future in Your Front, and like SWV songs. The Humpty Dance, I think, was one of them and shit. There's a lot. Just that clap.
Well, the clap that was heard around the world, you know, like everybody knows that clap from like the Humpty Dance.
Right.
So into that, you know that.
And he was a producer with Dr. Dre at Death Row Records and shit. So Detroit had a lot of influence with Death Row and shit. Like they were out there, but behind the scenes, not as artists. Like Merciless Amir, who Eminem shouted out at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, he was out there with him, but behind the scenes type shit, production wise. They did a lot of the producing with Death Row. A lot of
Corrupt from Sharon Hill.
Who's that?
Corrupt. You know Corrupt?
Oh, Corrupt.
Yeah, he's from Sharon Hill. Yeah. Corrupt.
Yeah.
He's from out here.
Yeah, he's from Philly, right?
He has a song with on the Dog Pound. He's like, for all my homies keeping it real all the way down Sharon Hill.
Yeah, shout out Corrupt. Yeah.
Dog dude from the Dog Pound, like he's following me on.
Yeah, the Dog Pound, that was that shit. Dog Pound Gangsters, that was that shit.
I think they fighting now, Daz and Corrupt, right now because of.
I know they've always been on and off. Yeah, they've been on and off. So I don't know how it is now, but yeah.
I think Corrupt's on death row, and he didn't even sign his own cousin to death row, Snoop or something. So it's a little messed up right now. And Daz, he made a lot of beats for All Eyes on Me, one of my favorite albums of all time, the first double disc hip hop album. I think that's one of the great. I think that was the greatest hip hop album ever made. It's the first double disc hip hop album. People don't understand the impact that shit had. You know,
right?
It was one of the greatest, bro. That's why I put Tupac in my top 5, bro.
Ambition as a rider. That was the shit. You can't deny it. I'm a straight rider. You don't want to fuck with me.
Classic.
Yeah, that shit was fire.
Yo, what do you guys
think about Todd dropped that double album, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, but however, there's a hidden gem right there by that double album thing about who was the first, actually, just because we all know about it.
And why he dropped it so fast? Because Pac was on a 3-album contract with Death Row, so he's like, "Fuck it, let me drop 2 right now." I just got out the joint, and then he just had to drop Mcflly, and he could start his own label and shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why.
Then they tricked him.
Yeah.
They tricked him to do Death Row East. Remember, right before he died, they tricked him, and he's like, "No, we gonna do Death Row East," and that never happened.
But I mean, we have also a particular legend for like right there, Isham. If you've heard of Isham and stuff.
Yeah, I was telling
you. You were just telling me today.
Yeah, he technically dropped like the double album, and there's a little bit of stuff behind the scenes and stuff I don't want to get too much into. But
him and Tupac got into it here in Detroit at a show, and Tupac hit him with a bat and did like 90 days in Wayne County Jail in Detroit. It's like it's in the paper, like in the book Thug Immortal. It's got Tupac's. When I was locked up, I read that book, and it got his whole rap sheet. The book Thug Immortal by Tupac. If you read the whole book, in the back, it's got his whole rap sheet. And it shows it in there that Detroit, he assaulted, he did 90 days in Wayne County Jail for assault on a Detroit artist.
Oh, yeah. That's when he was dancing out the courtroom, right? In that video? Yeah, that's giving us the most gangster shit ever, yo.
That might have been in New York when he did that, though.
I
did that shit when I won my case. I was like,
hey, there's that famous picture though, Pac spitting at him with his middle fingers up with the Red Wings jersey on and shit. Fucking that famous picture that goes around.
Yeah, and Justin Bieber copied it, remember?
Oh, yeah. Now, I ain't up too much.
Seen next year pictures?
You never seen that Justin Bieber copied him?
No, I ain't seen
I seen that.
He was spitting at people in the red shit. Yeah, he copied identical.
Oh, exactly.
Some people didn't pick up on that. I picked up on what he was dropping.
I probably wasn't paying attention to catch it. This shit around. Last time I just heard Bieber's name because of that Puffy shit. I forgot all about Bieber and shit. Fucking that shit came out and shit. Like, damn, Diddy got Bieber and shit. Fucking, he got sent to Diddy camp and shit. Bieber got sent to Diddy camp and it was over with. Like, damn, that's fucked up. And then Usher got
Flavor Camp. They said, what was that? Flavor Camp? They called it.
I don't know, but I know Howard
Office
Stern
Flavor
asked
Camp?
Usher, and he said, "Would you send your kids to Diddy camp?" And he was like, "Hell no." He didn't even hesitate.
No.
Usher didn't even hesitate. Like, hell, fuck no. I was like, hell, the fuck no.
Not to cut in and then like distract or go a whole different direction. I was just gonna see, just because I know you guys got your thing going on too, and I'm glad we got you on. I was gonna see like what projects you got in the works. I was
Oh
gonna
yeah. Well, we know the
yeah
album
like
is dropping.
do you guys have an album like it's going together? You guys doing solo projects or like both different? Like we want to
Oh,
promote what?
we're working,
Yeah.
man. We got a follow up EP coming up after the album. We're gonna give it a few weeks before we drop it. A couple collabs. We got an artist named OD Quake from Philly. He's real nice. He can sing. I think he's better than Chris Brown, to be honest with you. People got their opinions. I don't know. You got to check him out. OD Quake on Instagram.
OD Quake.
Yeah, I'm gonna
All
have to
right.
check
Yeah,
him
I
out.
gotta hear that.
OD Quake. Look out.
With Bini can actually sing too. We got a song on the EP. And this other artist named Jet from this area. He's getting on. He's on the project too. That'll drop a few weeks after the album, and then we're gonna have a follow up album to come up after that. So yeah, we got a lot of work going on right now. We're about to do a show on the 8th out in Philly. It's called March Manifestations.
That's what's
We're
up.
basically the entertainment over there. So I mean,
Where's that
there's
at?
a lot going on.
Where's
We're
that
trying to
at?
work. It's in Germantown.
Yeah,
Yeah,
drop the
you're
address
invited,
and
bro.
put. I'll definitely be there.
That's what's up.
You're invited,
If you
bro.
out there in Philly, y'all get out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
JP Bini in the building.
And hit me up, bro, anytime. You know what I'm saying?
Are you doing
Take
features and shit? What about features? Can
Yep. Yep.
Arizona, bro. If I'm out there, bro, I'll hit you up. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. No.
Yeah.
Actually,
Like
any
always
of y'all.
showing love.
Any of
open
y'all.
we're open to working with anybody. You
Me
know what I'm
too.
saying? Yeah, if
Even
you
long
want
distance, I'm down with that. Yeah.
collab
Yeah,
with
Absolutely.
man. Like let's
um,
lock in. Let's lock in. I'm down,
Look,
man. Like we're
I'm just,
trying to get we're trying to get a bunch of stuff out right now, to be honest. So I mean, the more the merrier. We're really doing all types of stuff. So let's get it for sure. And we appreciate you coming out too and supporting, because I look forward to meeting you in person.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, no,
No,
yeah.
no. It's
All
gonna
you
happen. We
guys,
all go.
we got to definitely set something up. I definitely want to link with y'all at some point. This is definitely a very cool experience. We just dropped a single not too long ago with P. Did you guys get a chance to listen to that?
No, but I do got
No,
another
I ain't hear
track
it.
I was gonna play. That we got
Yeah.
in the interview called "Never Enough."
Right. Oh
that
yeah.
wasn't
Okay.
enough.
Wasn't enough.
I haven't played that yet. I played the first track, the other track you sent me. I forget. I didn't. It was numbers. I didn't know if that was numbers from the track you sent or if that was a track name or not. So I
Yeah,
just
track 922.
922. Yeah, you explained that earlier in the interview what 922 really meant to you and shit. If you want to give a little quick breakdown again, anybody new tapping in, we got
Yeah,
JP and Yo Beanie.
my brother passed away 3 years ago. Mine and his birthday, we shared the same birthday. We were identical twins. Our birthday was 922. After he passed, I started seeing that number pop up everywhere, every day, multiple times. And like I said, it would always happen in situations where, it was like I needed an answer or something and it would just come up. Or like right
Yeah.
before a bad
That's cool.
situation would happen. You know what I mean? That I would see
What,
not like
morning.
922,
Morning. Yeah.
and then next thing you know, I get booked like 5 minutes later. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like,
Damn,
hey,
really?
I paid
Yeah.
attention. You know
That's
what I mean? So
crazy.
I started to aware of it, and I started to really, 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 you know what I mean, hone in on what that meant. And I wrote a song about it. You hear it. I talk about, I look up at the clock, and I start talking to my brother, and I bring up like experiences and kind of give some input. It's all metaphoric. Like you could probably, I'm sure you're a hip hop listener. Y'all could figure out what I'm talking about with the words in there. So yeah, this other song wasn't enough. If you play that, that's basically a story about like what I've been through. you know, where it started and where it ended, and how I turned shit around and got into music.
Oh,
It's a pretty cool song. You know, both of them are kind of like album cuts. 922, like the theme of the album. It's the name of the album. That
That's
song
cool.
was like pretty to me, yeah. So yeah, man, a lot of new stuff coming out, a lot of new projects. We're working hard out here, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, if y'all are ever around, you know, if I'm out there, you know what I mean, we'll link up.
Yeah, no
Like
doubt.
right back at you. You know, you're out this way. You know, like one of you out here. Let me know,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I'll let
look,
you know.
Bini goes, bro, you know what I'm saying? And vice versa.
Yo, we're
You
planning.
know,
We're planning on paying our visit
whoever.
everywhere, so we're gonna be out there. Don't worry.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Come out to Detroit
Absolutely.
too, though. You definitely
Yo, I'm
gotta be
coming.
in
I'm
Detroit.
I
coming
would
all
love
over
to
the
go to
place.
Detroit, yo. Detroit's so cool, man.
Yeah, you know.
I want to see Robo. Do you have that
Beach.
RoboCop statue? Is that really there?
What's that?
The
Oh,
RoboCop statue?
gotta go ahead and explain it, man.
What'd you
Yeah.
say? I couldn't
Oh,
hear you.
he asked about the RoboCop statue. If that
Oh,
was
the
really
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
RoboCop.
yeah.
Yeah, they
Go ahead and
tried
break
to
it
get. They
down.
tried to pass that, but that movie was supposed to be like made in Detroit, but it really wasn't filmed. It was like a Hollywood film movie, but it was in Detroit in the movie, and they wanted to build that
In the
shit
movie.
downtown.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
But we had
Yeah.
we got a fist of Joe Louis downtown, and we didn't want no
Yeah.
RoboCop statue downtown too and shit. So we was like, fuck that. Like RoboCop really ate Detroit, and we don't. We had like we don't really fuck with the police too much over here in Detroit and shit. Like we've had some problems with the police in the past and shit. We still doing shit.
I feel you. I don't know.
How
I
was
just thought it was
that?
cool. Like we have Rocky, and then you have RoboCop. You know?
Okay.
True.
But,
Yeah.
but Rocky was actually filmed in Philly though, right? Rocky was actually
Yeah.
filmed in Philly.
Well, you know.
Half of it. A lot of it was filmed in California.
Oh, all right.
Like on you know what I mean, then like Rocky, I think 2, and then like 3, he was out in L.A. and shit. On the third one, yeah, he's running on the beach instead of the art museum steps he normally ran up. On the third one, he was high fiving which we call it Apollo Creed, R.I.P. Apollo Creed. But
Yeah,
yeah,
for
he was
real.
high fiving him on the beach instead of running up the art museums, and that's when he got it back. You know what I mean, to beat Mr. T and shit.
Right.
No, that's some tragic. That's some tragic shit, right? With the whole
Yeah.
situation, he was supposed to be in the Super Bowl commercial, and I think they
Really?
still kept. Yeah, but they kept him in it. But it was a quick scene. But he had this whole skit filmed with somebody. I forgot who it was. It was a pretty big star. But yeah, then he just died. It's pretty. It's tragic, man. And that's what's scary about getting older, right? You start looking around, and everyone that you looked up to is just dying and dropping like flies. That's how it feels,
Yeah.
So that just also keeps the foot on the pedal and makes you want to go harder because, it's like, you're here today, you're gone tomorrow. It's real life.
Most of my friends overdosed or died, man. Real shit. I lost most of my friends.
I'm sorry to hear that, bro. That's terrible, man. That's it's one of those things that it makes you stronger, but at the same time, nobody should have to go through that. So my condolences.
Yeah, no, I had a friend like recently passed. I'm not mentioning names, but he just did
I
cocaine.
remember.
He just relapsed, and it had fentanyl in the cocaine, and he didn't know that, and then he overdosed. You know what I mean? Like that's not what he bought, and that shit's fucked up. They put that shit in everything now out here, man, and it's really fucked up. I had my friends, my girlfriend's mom's friend like had it in their weed. It was like fentanyl in the weed they bought on the street, and he got sick or something. Yeah.
I heard about fentanyl being in weed. I'm like, what the fuck? I
We,
seen that shit on the news.
we lost we lost one of our brothers and stuff, soldiers, and in unfortunate similar circumstance and stuff like that. Yeah.
It's
real for sure.
Condolences, bro. Yeah, right back at you.
Out there, right?
Huh?
What's up?
Y'all heard of Kensington out there? Kensington,
Yeah, so
We
Philadelphia.
know about it just because of Chester put us up on it and shit. Chester Mcflly. Well, that's how I got up on it because he told us.
Yeah,
it looked like a war zone, man. It's crazy out there,
bro. Man, for real, and it's you know what I mean. It's sad, bro. It's sad because I've been there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like people put up videos. Like another artist actually the other day put up a video, of this homeless woman on the street, and she had this big wound on her leg, and you know, he was kind of making fun of her, bro. But like that shit ain't funny, man. That lady's suffering out there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it's just serious, bro. Like it's disease, bro. It's a disease.
Yeah.
And
I've seen
like,
one person out there where all their shit, like at Market Frankfurt, like at the stop, like had like all their shit with them, like all these like boxes of shit. Like I don't know where the fuck they were going with it, but like it's crazy. I seen crazy shit out there though. It's wild, man. It's just a shitty place. They just allow shit to happen in Philly. It's like Center City looks nice. You know what I mean? They want Center City to look nice. So everybody gets high in Kensington. So like the center, it could look real nice. You know what I mean? City Hall looks real nice in Philly, but that's why. It's fucked up.
Kensington, somebody's shooting up in their neck 5 feet away from a police officer, and they're standing there watching them, bro.
That's
real.
That's sad, yeah. It's like a
Yeah,
pandemic
that's just
in the world.
sad to hear. You know, that's just
that shit's
yeah.
bigger than COVID and any that other bullshit.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It was bad during COVID. A lot of people were down there, like and homeless down there and shit now.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody got PUA money and was rich though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I had that shit too. Trump was paying
I know it's rough,
motherfuckers, yo.
It's cold too in Philly, like it is here in Detroit. It's rough though. You know how many people die every year in Detroit because they're homeless and shit. They die out there. I know Philly gets cold too, like that. You know what I'm saying? You get freezing out there. We got people that sleep on these sewer caps because they shoot up steam.
Yeah. Right above the L. Right above the L. We got that here too. All the homeless people about that shit. I was just down the city today doing deliveries. I seen that shit.
Right.
Right.
No, it's fucked up.
But they're doing it for the heat, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's like the steam from the subway. Yeah.
It's warm.
That's how it works. Yeah.
Sleep on the
That's
streets and
just,
shit, you know?
that's terrible, bro.
Yeah. Better than freezing, I guess.
But
people living in bandos and they trying to keep it warm and shit with like heaters and shit, and them bitches setting fires and shit, houses burning down,
That's
families
great.
dying and shit. It's fucked up. Yeah.
Same, bro. Yeah, that's why, we're starting this movement out here called CLCV. It's called Creating Vibes or Changing Lives, Creating Vibes.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
all right.
We're putting
I like that.
hoping, you know what I mean? If I could save one person, that's all I care about. You know what I'm saying?
I love that, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, it's some
That's
real
what's up.
some real stuff. We're pretty excited to spread the message and get it out there. We've been really working at that. So we're hoping it makes a change in the community for people that have gone through it. I can only speak from experience. I can't speak for mine. I've never endured that, but I could say that I know I have a brother who has.
Relate to the compassion on it. Yeah, right there. Yeah.
I stand behind it, and I stand behind any good message that's trying to help people, man. Because life is precious, bro. Nobody should suffer. You know what I'm saying? So,
Keep us in the loop. I mean, we can definitely promote it. I mean, like you have any like songs or videos or anything like that, we'll put it on like intro. We always do the intro music or next time you come on. Either way,
We got a bunch of videos right now, actually. So keep your eyes out. You know what I'm saying?
we
got
got
a couple we're working on right now for this album. So you'll see.
Hell yeah,
absolutely send it our way. I mean, that's what I was gonna say.
Sure.
Appreciate y'all for having us on tonight, man.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's a pleasure, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
no. Thank you for coming on with us. All of you. Like right there. I could see us all working on some things here in the near future. I'll be hitting y'all up.
Yo, I would
That's
do it
why I'm just
over. I would do it 1,000,000 times over, brother. For real. It's been a good experience.
Yeah, that's why I'm just trying to link everybody I know up. You know what I mean? Everybody who's talented, I got to put all that together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts. We appreciate that too.
No.
So it's all love.
Yeah, that was gonna be my next question. Was like, if you had we enjoyed having you on. Hope you had a good time. When you felt comfortable on here. We do it a little bit different. We don't go textbol interview.
I felt at home.
Hey, man.
You know what I'm saying? Talking to y'all.
Yeah, this has been a good experience. I'm smoking this. Great mood, bro. This is good right here. I'm digging what you guys do. I like it. I like it a lot. Sure. So I would definitely stand behind the store.
Yeah, shout out to the Hood Smokers podcast. I love this podcast. This you guys put together something special here.
Right.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, shout out Chester Mcflly.
definitely gonna promote it for y'all.
No doubt. Yeah, we appreciate y'all coming out and definitely we can do it again, dog. We'll definitely play the new video when it drops. We got another track to play. We gonna play, and we'll play 922 again too after we get out of here and shit after the interview. So.
Well, I was gonna
Y'all
say, if you
stay
guys have
tuned.
any shout outs you want to do too, like people local, people abroad, anything,
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, shout out to my family, my sisters, Sandy and Steph, my mom and dad, you know what I'm saying? My boy Dave Price 3 times from the baseline, Sammy G, Dominic, yeah, man, my fellow artists out there, of course, Yo Bini. Yeah, that's all I got, man.
Yeah, for me, shout out my mom, my pops, my 2 sisters, Savannah, Ashley, my brother Dominic, my brother Carter, my dad, my entire family, anyone that supports, anyone. So if the name isn't said, it's appreciated. And shout out everyone out grinding and staying focused on their dreams and not letting outside noise, distract you or people, keep your grass cut. And that's all I can say. You know what I mean? Like, just keep a clear head and be able to see everything and keep a clear vision. You're gonna prosper eventually. You keep putting in the hours, great's gonna come out of it. That's I'm a firm believer in that with anything in life. So, again, shout out you guys too for having us on. This has been a good experience.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate having you on. Yeah.
Nah, for sure, man. Great.
John, rest in peace, my brother John.
Yeah, rest
Salute.
in peace.
Yeah, for John.
Family.
Happy John.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
And that's why you're
Yeah,
doing
man.
it. You're doing it for him, You're holding it down for him
Yeah.
right now.
Yes, sir.
Exactly. And I'm sure those signs, some of those signs are not always just warnings. Sometimes they're just kind of a reconfirming, be looking out for you, proud, It's,
Thanks, man.
I'm a true believer in that, Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely. And Chester McFly, I was gonna say, man, if you got some shout outs, man.
Yeah, shout out Chester McFly. He linked us up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out Chester.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and if you got some shout outs too, Chester McFly, I was gonna say, man, go ahead.
Shout out to my girl, my daughter Viviana, my son Giovanni, and Lex for coming on next episode. Shout out to Jeremy. Shout out to Rob. Shout out to Philly, and shout out to Detroit, and shout out to the Hood Smokers Podcast. Hell yeah!
Yes. Big shout out, Hood Smokers Podcast.
Definitely.
Appreciate that, man.
And believing in us. Thank you. And shout out Jeremy.
Guys too. Shout out to Gutta and shout out to Blatonio.
Yeah.
Oh man, I appreciate that, man.
Dropping tomorrow, 9:22 p.m. Make sure y'all go out there and get that album, man. Go check it out.
Oh yeah.
Cop that shit tomorrow, right? Drops tomorrow.
Drops tomorrow, 22 p.m. Man.
That's cool. Was it gonna be on Apple Music or?
Yeah. Every platform, Apple, Spotify, all the major platforms.
So be on the lookout for it, y'all.
Yeah.
And then, JP and Yo Bini, y'all. Philly in the building. We got Chester McFly with us, Blatonio Todd, Hood Smoker Podcast. Like I said, y'all stick around. We're going to play a couple more tracks from JP, produced by Yo Bini. But it was definitely an honor having y'all on here, man. And Chester McFly, good looking, hooking it up and shit, being a part of the team. You know what I'm saying? Much love.
And we got Chester McFly coming up too. We got him in the mix. Got it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You guys are good, and I see this show really doing things. I'm loving the concept, and I just want to say something. If you guys are ever thinking about going to London or Europe and filming an episode in a hash shop while you're eating brownies and just talking to someone, because I can just see it already. Make sure you let me know, because I'm on the first flight there with you guys.
I got you, dog. I
definitely.
Okay. Well, you will
I always wanted to go to Amsterdam.
Yo, I see it already. I have the whole vision for y'all. I already know what's gonna happen. So I already know. I don't know who is big out there. Central C, maybe someone big out there, but I definitely think Europe is a special place. So let me know when that goes down. Sure.
No doubt. You be the first to hit up, though.
We got you. We got you. We'll be there.
But yo, Chris is a good dude, man.
Yes, sir.
And shout out to homie, Christopher Jordan as well. Yeah.
His phone probably died or so. Shout out Christopher Jordan for tapping in. BrotherKingx, this shit, but
he'll be on next time. I mean, we'd look forward to having you back as well. Like, I mean, glad you had a good time, and
No.
Yeah, shout out to Philly, man. We got much love for Philly, dog. Shout out
Shout out to Detroit, right back at you.
Yeah.
Shout out Tucson, Arizona. Shout out Brooklyn, New York, Staten Island, all the boroughs of New York. You know what I'm saying? That's our number 2 in the demographics is New York and shit. We had Just Ice on here, fucking legend and shit. You know what I'm saying? Started the Gold Teeth, fucking. But we've had some dope artists from New York. Shout out to New York. I know you were from Brooklyn. Shout out Brooklyn.
Hell yeah.
Shout out the Bronx and shit. Cuban Link.
The Mecca.
Rest in peace, Charlie Rock LD. But Terror Squad and shit. This is the Hood Smoker Podcast. This is JP and Yo Bini. We got Chester Mcflly in the building, and that's another one of the books. Appreciate y'all coming on, man. I'm gonna play some music, but salute and
salute. Yeah.
Salute and stand down.
Yeah. Oh, and I was gonna say any words you want to say, like, because you already have one of the songs lined up, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say if they have any words they want to say about this song that's coming on, before we.
Yeah, I was saying this wasn't enough, man. Basically, like, I always felt like I wasn't enough. That's what this song's about. You know what I mean? About how, like, where I started with the drugs and where it ended, where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You'll hear the story in the music. Check.
Let's get it. This is exclusive on the Hood Smoker Podcast.
This is. Yep.
Wasn't enough. Yo, BD, let's get it.
Let's get it.
Salute.
I keep getting these signs. Why? Love you, bro. I check the clock, it's 9:22 exactly. Expect it's John J, what you going through, what's happening? Been writing songs a lot, bro, going through the drafting. It's better this than me out going doing bad things. Steady smoking vapes, blowing rings, imagining. Playing through the older tapes, going through the captioning. If you only knew before reopening the packaging, you make it through the war, we coasting through the battling. You make the Super Bowl in hopes that you can grab a ring. You make it super throw, wish you could take it back to thing. It ain't on who you know, but who has got your back when times are rough. The ones you trust, the ones who you can get right back behind. I think I caught more than a bass, this time I snapped the line. I should've choked up on the bat, I think I cracked the pine. But bro, I made it back, in fact it's taking half the time. So bad I need my brother back to travel down this path of mine. I check the clock, it's 9:22, it's 9:22. Just tell me, John, now is it you? Just tell me, John, now is it you? Is it you? Is it you? I check the clock, it's 9:22, it's 9:22. Just tell me, John, now is it you? Just tell me, John, now is it you? Is it you? Is it you? I check the clock, it's 9:22 again, bro. My pen broke, so let me vocalize this memo in hopes to sober eyes and open eyes at Kenzo. With no denies, it's no surprise the dope supply won't end though. Sick of hearing people die, sick of seeing friends go. You with me here to keep an eye to witness the event, so you need to keep the heat up off you, bro. Just keep your vent closed, cause we been through the trenches all cause we took off them trench coats. Enemies are back in bed, you bet I keep my friends close, cause all you need is bread, crack and egg, we eating French toast. To move the boat, the sails depending on the wind that blows, and those who boast how much they bench and get no end results. The harder that you squeeze the lemons when you get the pole. What's hard is when the skis are rented, how you catch the slopes. It's when you get the least presented with the extra ropes. The moment when you get to reinvent it, when you get the growth. I check the clock, it's 9:22, it's 9:22. Just tell me, John, now is it you? Just tell me, John, now is it you? Is it you? Is it you? I check the clock, it's 9:22, you kidding me? It's been 3 years, you going to do the shit's just hitting me. Can no longer walk around in shoes that just ain't fitting me. My ego had me thinking I'ma live until infinity, but bro, it never seemed to give, had no humility. You told me God forgives and bro, the sins were slowly killing me. You taught me how to use the word and use it as artillery. You caught me now, I'm using words to fuse a verse with similes. To rule the universe, you need to have ability. We all assume the worst like we'd have had with Hillary. What we've been through it hurts, but need to keep it moving, keep on doing to get through the worst. reverse and see how bad it really be. I wish we would've made a different turn in Philly. See, we live and learn and burn or keep it stinging like a killer bee. But still I feel the grief and still I have no real relief. I turn my will and now I feel alert, I learned agility. I check the clock, it's 9:22, it's 9:22. Just tell me, John, now is it you? Is it you? Is it you? While y'all was out shooting guns, catching them homies, I was out shooting drugs, nodding out with the zombies. Probably out doing retails and armed robberies, dropping off whatever weed stale straight to the poppies. I remember when the dope wasn't cut with Fetty, way before there was an opiate epidemic. We used to copy down on Hope Street in Somerset. We do a shot, we never OD'd and never checked. Became a problem when they stopped making Oxy 80s. Went to detox, rehab, spots, and maintenance. Couldn't stop all the relapse, it got contagious. All the fiends cop ski mats and got courageous. And then the crime rate started to rise up. What they used to pay a dime for can get it for $5. They handing out samples of the Fetty, so line up. It's deadly, you'll be ready just in time for the medic to drive up. I always felt like I wasn't enough. By myself, I had nothing to love. And it was hell getting off of the drugs. I needed help, got it all from above. I always felt like I wasn't enough. By myself, I had nothing to love. And it was hell getting off of the drugs. I needed help, got it all from above. I lost my other half when my brother passed. Had to suffer bad. Said my last words to dad and mother and bled. Slashed my jugular, box cutter was covered in red. They almost had another one dead, but I'm still here by the grace of God, yo. It wasn't my time or the place to die, yo. I had to look mom in the face and cry, bro, and let her know that I'll be safe and I'ma make it this time. Show all the haters in my life that I still got it. I'm still hiding, I ain't taking no pills, nodding. I'm still grinding and headed straight for the hills, climbing, still rhyming, and I'ma ride till the wheels fall off. I feel the loss every day that it goes by. Something like the frost on the day when it's cold, but I've been feeling like a boss, sitting straight on the gold mine. Been told I should've been signed by a label this whole time. I always felt like I wasn't enough. By myself, I had nothing to love. And it was hell getting off of the drugs. I needed help, got it all from above. I always felt like I wasn't enough. By myself, I had nothing to love. And it was hell getting off of the drugs. I needed help, got it all from above.
Shout out to JP and Yo Bini, Christopher Jordan, Blatonio, Todd. Shout out to brotherkingx. Shout out to Chester Mcflly. Shout out to Philly. Shout out to everybody that tapped in. Make sure you subscribe, like, share it around. Much love. We keeping it Philly. We got coming up next. I'm pull up the flyer real quick. Lex Starwin. Make sure you tap in. And then we in Staten Island with it. Much love from the Hood Smokers Podcast, y'all. We out.
What up, though? Welcome to the Hood Smoker Podcast, the hottest #1 podcast based out of Detroit, Michigan. And now, with your hosts, Jay Gutta, Brother King X, Blatonio Todd, and the rest of the Hood Smoker Squad. We don't do no Vlad stuff. We don't do no Adam stuff. We keep packing in the legends, respect them, and keep adding up. So pack a blunt or two, maybe grab a brew and a snack for you, and leave behind your attitude and get ready as we snap into